one is
I think it's working. I think it's working. Yeah. No, it's not working. I fucked it up. So, hi everyone. I'm just testing something out, and oh shit. It's stuck on my face. Why is it stuck on my face? I'm trying to switch between faces, and it comes up. You guys come up like a pixel white. Hi everyone. Welcome to Go Live. This is what happens when I run shit without Acer. I didn't want to bother him and make him sit in the background as I made this happen, but it looks like it's working. Let me test it. Are you still a little squiggle?
All right. I'm gonna test this bong out again.
It is. All right. I think I know what to do. I'm
gonna test.
Give the mic to Alex so you can think. I've been through this. Give the mic to Alex. You'll think. Your critical thinking. Hold on. We got to introduce to Go Live, and I'm just a lowly guest, but we got to introduce a couple of legends here, and I'm going to start with. Oh no, it's Alex, one of the biggest salt farmers this side of the Milky Way.
Are you sucking my dick right now?
Yes.
Again.
Get a little gay.
Let's get a little gay in here, everybody. Hey, chat, what's going on? Look, listen, what's funny, the funniest shit about all of this is that when Frit and I first started, Colt Eastwood was our first target.
He will remain our first target.
He was the first. He was the first one we were fucking ripping into. So everybody's like, "Oh, you guys are Xbox fanboys. Y'all listen. Y'all need to go back in history."
It goes back a long ways.
It goes back. Anyways, y'all, I'm glad to be here. Happy to be here with my.
Why was he your first?
My 5'4" short king extraordinaire friend of the internet.
Bro, I have no idea why though. What? This is not working. Colt Eastwood is literally a line going into the Fritanga's mouth right into drink.
I love
it. Asa,
hold on, you guys. Wait a minute. I want to thank you all for letting me be a part of the stream tonight. Starfield is like Redfall. Very bad game.
Oh anyway. My god, I have no idea why it's doing that.
Baldur says, I'm just a coke line running across
Gaz,
GameOnDaily.
Just chill out. Just a line, Gaz. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, not my stream.
Colt camera is just pure black, so I don't know what you're doing to the guy.
Colt is just pure. Is he? Because he should be a line on my.
Yeah, I just in the stream, it's just.
Hey, I know what I'll do. I'll back out, back in, see if it resets the cam for you.
That will fuck me in the ass.
Ow!
Don't do that.
Guys, why can't you?
But you didn't complain last night. You loved it. You were like, "Oh, Daddy, more, please."
Well, all right. What if
why can't you use Discord like a normal person?
What if I turn off my camera and come back, see if it will reset for you?
How about we use Discord like normal people? Like
who uses this streamer? Use Discord.
What do you mean?
Use Discord like civilized folks.
Oh, I think
you can't. We already started the show.
My camera's not fucked. What is going on? Wait. I think I saw it out. I saw it out.
I wanted to just say the black.
Oh my gosh, you did it!
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Hoodie Asa.
Now we have to look at Gaz like 700 inches. We got to look at 17 inches of Gaz on the screen, though.
I'm smoking some meth to that.
Whoa, hold on. Before we start, no swearing, no drug references, no sexual content.
Yes, sir.
And no making fun of PlayStation fanboys. Those are the rules.
All right. Everybody get back.
Hold on.
See you next week.
What did you say about that last one? I'm gonna have a serious talk. You know what?
The podcast is over.
I'm gonna have a serious talk with Phil Spencer about you, Colt. I'm gonna just tell him that you won't even allow us to have fun on the streams.
Yeah, for real. You know what? I'm gonna DM Phil Spencer because you know the last paycheck bounced.
Yo, Colt, I'm not gonna. Colt, there was this hilarious meme I saw by somebody once, right, Colt? Someone had the Game Pass lineup, You know, that had Forza, Halo in there, and they put your channel logo. As Colt Eastwood comes with Game Pass, I was like,
$1 introductory offer. Yeah,
but Cole, you're a cheap whore then if you're only $1.
Yeah, that's all I'm worth.
That's all you're worth.
Why are you aligned again? This is.
Hey, Gaz, can you put something different in the middle, like?
Put a picture of Dreamcast guy or something.
You know what Gaz likes in the middle?
I'll put a picture of a big ass.
This is actually
cock.
a weird problem that I think it just fucks up. But
it's good to be back with you boys. The grand reunion.
I have no fucking clue what is going on.
Maybe, Gaz, maybe just leave it.
Oh, you know
just
what?
leave it like.
Did you prematurely come?
I did.
Is that what happened?
Every time I switch between the windows, it turns you lot into a pixel, bro. I don't know.
It's like, my wife is listening, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, listen.
Hey,
I bet there's got to be at least one point where Colt has watched my stream live, and your wife walks in like, why the fuck are you watching some guy half naked on count TV? People tell me that shit. They're like, yo, listen, dude, like my wife keeps walking in on me while you're on the screen half naked. What the fuck? And I'm like, well, that's.
Dude, I think Gaz figured it out.
I think I have, but when I switched to Gaz for that one,
I messaged Gaz and I messaged Gaz right before the show started. And I'm like, Gaz, he's like, Colt, what's up? And I go, I can't do the show today. And he goes, why?
Why couldn't you?
And then what I said,
he was just talking shit.
Okay.
I want to thank the bubble guts in my house for allowing me to do the show today.
The bubble guts.
Because so apparently we were supposed to go to like some family party or something, and because everybody else in the house got the bubble guts, we stayed home.
Thank you,
diarrhea. And I don't have the bubble guts, but hey, we got it, baby. We made it.
Yeah, we did.
Instead, you get to talk to Colt Eastwood live.
Yeah, you do. For some reason, Alex becomes Fratanga twice. I don't understand that.
That's because that's what you want. You want two of me.
No,
but it's not giving one of
me. Guys, just give up on the camera.
The way you have it now is just fine. Let's just work with it. Chat, are you okay if some of the names are mixed up? And wait, why does it say Fratanga? I thought we had Dreamcast guy on here.
Don't confuse the shit out of me. This is weird. It was all
He's gonna fucking block me for it. You're such an asshole.
What? 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 I mean, yes, I'm an asshole, but what?
It's fucking. Guys, like you have like this whole setup with like mixers and a fucking Shure SM7B and 7 keyboards and 2,000 fucking monitors, and you can barely fucking run a podcast.
I'm fucking lost, bro. Ace
has been doing all that for years.
Yeah,
and you're a lawyer on top of that. Like
that doesn't mean I'm a fucking technician. Doesn't fit. Sake.
So I want to know, like, how long does it take to tie your fucking shoes? Yeah, you went to college, bro.
Yeah, you have no excuse. You're supposed to be an
educator. Well, you know what? Let's make it even worse on Gaz. First person to drop to 50 makes Gaz take off his clothes live on stream. Let's go. Let's fucking go, chat. I know you got it in you. I know somebody's got it in you. That's right, guys.
I don't want to see his greasy cheeseburger looking face.
We gotta see them. I want to see them Habibi chest hairs. Let's go.
I
want to see the chest hair of
Fallout 4 was 400K.
So it's like, what the fuck are people talking about? Like,
dude,
why?
I think are we live? We're not. Wait, hold
on. I'm refreshing the feed.
It is my drugs. Voidrat is right.
Oh, there it is. I see it now. Oh,
I transitioned into StreamYard. Oh shit! Fuck. We made it.
Oh, you did it.
Well, this will work.
Somehow. I think this will work.
Why don't you just do it like this from now on?
Yes.
Good thing the stream went. Hey guys, good thing the stream went down so people didn't hear all the raunchy shit we were saying. Right? we were saying some bad stuff.
I mean, Colt was letting us know that when he worked in the bathroom stalls down at the actual truck stop, that guy could take loads like nobody's business.
I know. And then he gave birth to Dreamcast guy.
Somebody online said this is fucked up, but someone's like, Dreamcast guy looks like an unfinished abortion. I'm just like, fuck. Colt is holding back his laugh.
Cut out. I couldn't hear that. Sorry, that was some kind of glitch.
Colt is holding back.
That is
Jack, you're right. 7 out of 10 stream. Too much talking. 7 out of 10 podcast.
Hey, so Colt, can you tell everybody what happened with Starfield today on Steam?
Yeah, what was that?
Crap, I just closed it, but apparently it hit a peak of 325,000.
So it went up by about it went up by about like 70,000 people.
After those 5 out of 10s came in, it went up.
Well, we're hitting that weekend, and I think Saturday, Sunday, it's going to probably hit 400,000, and it's probably I think it's gonna outdo Fallout 4's launch, but it's just gonna take it a bit.
Would be cool.
I mean, not that it. I mean, for me, like I'm just playing the fucking game. Playing the game.
You're fucking loving the game, man.
Oh, bro, I'm gushing over it.
I gotta ask though, Frit, did you burn the bodies in the opening mission?
Oh, yes, of course.
Did you burn the bodies? Did you burn the bodies?
Yeah.
Of course, I guess. Yeah.
No, I chose to dump them in space, obviously, because that was the other.
Yo, that was the biggest expose I've ever seen.
I know, man. That's so.
That was unfucking believable.
That was fucking crazy. Yeah. The fact that happened is just so funny. That you know, and shout out to David Jaffe. He fucking clocked it. Yeah, you can see. I'm working on my video. It was very similar to the way you did yours as well, Frit, with DCG. I've got the same thing. I was working on it yesterday. It should be coming out tomorrow, chat. Not even live. I don't even fucking know. I'm managing so much shit.
That was the
you'll get a video out when you're not podcasting every day.
Jaffe.
It was.
It was
genius. It was just
it was so smooth, dude.
Like, wasn't it great watching Jaffe just cook for a minute there and watch that guy set himself up and spike him over the net? It was great.
Could tell. What would compel you to get on that show and just bullshit to David Jaffe about you playing Starfield?
Because the thing is, the exact same things that guy was saying were the exact same things PlayStation fanboy said in every single goddamn fucking Twitter space for the last 4 days.
And every single negative review.
It's just literally just taking the same shit and just regurgitating it as if that's an actual talking point without playing the fucking game. Mm-hmm. And honestly, there are criticisms that I have of Starfield, but it's not like it's not the criticisms that everybody else has had. Like it's very small. It's not small, but like there's small things that I just don't personally like about the game. I think the facial animations are fucking garbage. I feel like they're AI generated. Like they just like the way what people are saying and the way the face moves.
But the mouth moves all right.
Hold on. I got exposed for that.
It feels AI generated, bro. For straight up.
Oh yeah.
You think it's AI generated?
But Donkey put you in his video about his.
You were in Donkey's video.
Oh yeah, you were. Colt is famous.
Colt's famous. Colt calls me. He goes, "This mother." He's the video
Alex,
just went up, and it's like
this is not coke. This is a fucking Vicks Vaporub stick. It's not coke. It's a smelling stick.
That's the whitest shit I've ever heard.
This goes in your butt.
Wow. It looks like a giant hemorrhoid suppository.
Yeah, it does. Actually.
I just took the wrapper.
You're putting it in the wrong hole.
It smells good. It smells good.
What does it feel like to be dunkied? You got dunked on.
It was good. He didn't even say my name. He just used the clip. But he was.
We all recognize that voice.
We all know that voice.
He was just using Red Dragon fodder, which is pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he did use a Red Dragon.
The whole thing, my review. That whole little 30-second segment was talking about the main characters you talk to in the game. Like they look really good, and none of it's mocapped. It's not performance capture. It's all programmed into the engine. And so when you talk to the characters, like they wrinkle their eyebrows, they lower their eyes, their lip syncing is pretty solid for something that is not motion captured. And I was talking about that in the review, and then they were cherry picking all the NPCs, and the NPCs like in New Atlantis, they look hilariously terrible. Like they terrible. Do.
That's like one thing I like that I noticed last night, because I was playing it last night again and I was like, man, these NPCs look bad. It just looks like the creation engine was going through the auto slider of auto select and just making people is what it looks like. And then there's certain small side missions that I get. Like I went to the bar in New Atlantis and I was trying to get the stuff that was confiscated from her, and the when she was talking, it's like your mouth and what you're saying in your face doesn't match the words coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Is it, like, but those are the things
I thought they do. I thought they did a good job of the words coming out. You can see the
maybe it's because I was under the influence of a specific herb that grows in Mother Nature, but like I noticed it far
Marijuana?
more.
I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. I want to say,
like,
go ahead.
No, but like the game is not bad, and it didn't take like for me, it didn't take 5 hours to kick. It
What
took
the heck?
like the
How
first
many
two,
stream?
and I was like, it's great.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no, the stream.
So yeah, like people are like, oh, it takes 5 hours. No, it didn't take 5 hours. It took the first 2 hours of the game, and it's pretty much what you expect a Bethesda game to be, which is perfectly fine. Like it is a fucking RPG that you role play and you explore.
Well,
What do you want? What do you want?
So I say I'll be real with you. I kind of like it. I kind of like the bugged out face animations because my favorite game of all time is Fallout New Vegas, and they all look like shit in that game. No, but for real though, facial animations should be the one thing Bethesda prioritizes on because you're spending 90% of your time talking to people, right? So obviously, facial animations should be up to standard, right? But there was at times I thought it didn't really look that bad. To be real with you, like when I'm on the moon and my my companion's face is under their helmet, I'm just like, it just looks good. It doesn't look that bad to me. But
the people you talk to that are the quest givers, almost all of them look pretty good. Yeah. But if you walk up to an NPC and you crouch underneath their chin, they're like,
yeah. Honestly, that stare is.
But I don't do that. But I don't do that in the games. I don't go around cherry picking. Like I don't go and look at the random NPCs. I was playing the game and playing it fiercely under 14 days, which was not enough time.
You only had 14 days?
Actually 12 days because I spent 2 days making the 2 videos I needed to make for it. So
holy shit.
Yeah, I mean it was, and I played like 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day. So I would basically just take a break and go in and have a meal with the family, and then say see ya. So
just peace out,
bro. Yeah. I wasn't able to put out a video for almost a week because I was just hooked to the game.
Dude, you were like completely pulled in.
Yeah, I was immersed, and once I beat the main story, no spoilers on the stream, by the way, right? Are we gonna agree to that?
Yeah,
none. Yeah, none.
Okay.
None at all.
Oh well. I wish I could talk about why I liked the story, right? So going into this initially, I was worried. I was like, we're gonna get fucking another Fallout 4 watered down RPG, aren't we? And then I'm like, oh my god, thank God, it's a lot more like Oblivion in terms of how frequent you talk, how frequent there's choices that you make that matter. The faction quest lines, bruh, those are like their own main quest lines in themselves. And by the way, there is volcanoes in the game. And by the way, you do fly to the gas giant in a quest line in this game. I just want to say that a lot of the lies that I saw online really fucking annoyed me.
Bro, man, have we seen any game cause this kind of meltdown? Because I've been console warring for years.
Elden Ring caused a meltdown?
Elden Ring didn't cause like a meltdown because it was never exclusive.
People were just enjoying it. Like,
no.
What was the meltdown?
Elden Ring had developer salt, where developers were angry about the UI of the game.
Yeah, the easy mode salt.
Fucking easy mode salt for fucking
game leading up to the game of the year.
It had game of the year salt where it knocked out God of War. It had fucking game of the year for the salt for Last of Us as well. Like it was just that thing had that Elden Ring is the other one where it had like major like for like a couple of months. Me and Frit were like, "Yo, this is ridiculous." Like we could not stop working.
It
was wild.
It was positive though. A lot of I've never seen, even since Elden Ring, never seen a massive rallying of just in unison. Everyone was enjoying Elden Ring until Digital Foundry results came out. Then the console warring started. No one noticed the differences until that came out. Then I don't know, J-Dub popped out of nowhere, and everyone's like, "Yeah, look, everyone's been fucking playing the game. No one even knew what was
7 out of 10."
The only thing that to me is really like stopping me from playing Starfield is the game of the generation, and that is Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is the game of the generation. And
I won't say game of the generation, but it's definitely the RPG.
No, that is game of the generation.
How can you say that? Unless you're gonna have eyes into the future.
Honestly, I'll be real with you.
I can say that because no other game will ever do what Baldur's Gate 3 has done.
How are you going to say that when Spider-Man 3 is about to come out?
Where you can, any decision that you want to make in that game.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah.
That is also a game of the gen when it came out. Like,
yeah. I played Divinity Original Sin 2. That's why I really like Baldur's Gate 3, but actually, what's making it my favorite? What's basically moved it up to my favorite game of the year is the online co-op in Baldur's Gate 3 that you can have with other friends. So you can play you can do the whole storyline together in co-op, and I've been doing that with a friend. It's fucking hilarious. It's great.
Baldur's Gate 3, I'm playing as a bard. Okay. And as a bard, the way I've statted my character is if my dick is hanging out, I have bonus charisma points.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rule number 2.
And so what I'm able to do is while my dick is out, talk to bosses and then convince bosses to kill themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do a single boss fight.
Game? What the fuck is this game, man?
This game is fucking amazing.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
It is game of the gen.
Did you and Reforge Gaming play co-op and have sex with bears?
Yes. I want fucking Reforged to play Path of Exile, to stop playing a bad game like Diablo 4, because Diablo 4 is a bad video game.
I would just like Reforged to stop making bad videos.
Good luck. You're just asking him to die at this point.
You said good luck.
Good luck, old chap.
Oh, this man said good luck.
The salt on I mean there's salt on both sides. The review stuff, people are fucking losing it. Like really, the
I wanted to make a video about that, but again, PlayStation fanboys can come in. It's like, yo, y'all, you guys sit here and you fucking bitch at me at Frit like we're against PlayStation. We're not. I have more PS1 and PS2 games than most of these guys do.
That PlayStation ain't around anymore, Alex.
I'll be real. I'll be real with the Colt. I'll be real. No, I'm against PlayStation, but if you like PlayStation,
I got my PS2 controller right next to my desk and my PS2 right here.
Look at this pony. Alex is a pony. I'm losing it right now.
Out of here.
But I will say, the PS2 has the best library of all consoles.
Because you know why? Because it has the PS1 library. That's why.
That too.
It has both. It can do both.
Definitely.
So it's like, go ahead.
Sorry, let me just read these.
Shut up. Never mind. So what I was saying was,
no. You want?
Stop it, or Gaz is gonna bomb us, man. I mean, come on, Jesus.
What the
fuck? He dresses as a terrorist on purpose.
Play the music, Gaz. Gaz, play the music.
I don't have that. I don't have that. Do I?
Oh, darn it.
This is good.
Yes! We're going Bollywood style.
Remember 311. Cancelled. Glitch. That's
canceled. You're done.
Glitch.
You're done.
There goes my payroll from Microsoft. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
You know, you're fucked. You're fucked. If you retweeted that, and you know what? Aaron Greenberg actually likes the sauce. I'm sorry, Aaron, but I have to tell people, he loves the sauce. He loves all the salt material. He is one of us, Aaron Greenberg. He watches all that shit. I'm not even lying.
There's no shot Aaron Greenberg watches me or Fred. No shot.
Well, Paris, I know Paris watches me because he commented on one of my videos.
Paris is always fucking
Paris watches, okay? You can't.
Paris is in the game.
That was me. That was my fault. That whole tweet, that was my fucking fault. In my fucking stream, I go to sit there and the character pops up and I go, and I swear to God, I just thought that I said, why'd they do Paris dirty like this? And then chat, just fucking erupted. And then Paris DMs me that next morning on Sunday. He's like, "Hey, I saw your stream last night," and I was like, "Oh shit, fuck. He's never gonna talk to me again." Oh my god, he's gonna beat the shit out of me if he ever sees me. And then he goes and he's like, "Hey, check out this tweet."
It'd be perfect if the NPC had a yellow chair behind him.
That was the best. No, he photoshopped that too. He was like, "Watch this."
Oh,
Did he? That's actually pretty good.
well, all I gotta say is when I saw the cars Paris drives, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I should be an Xbox shill. I should just go and
oh shit,
go get paid. And I mean that in a good way. I'm jealous.
Listen, if you're an Xbox shill, you get sent PS5s.
I know. I mean, I look at all the stuff. Colt has steering wheels, guitars, a big fall thing behind those controllers.
Look at this. Look at the fucking. Look at the mixer. That mixer that Colt has in the background with the keyboard. That's like $1,000 mixer.
Look at the goddamn Xbox shirt. You know what I'm sitting on?
Look at that shit. That bitch is popping off in the background too. Like it's just money every time it goes off.
All it cost him
Redfall
was
10 out of 10. Redfall 10 out of 10.
It's all starting to make sense.
now it all makes sense, Colt.
You think
Glitch
you could
Doctor
tell
with
Phil
the
Spencer
fuck.
I'm sorry about all the stuff I said about him. I didn't mean it.
Phil,
No.
When I was at Gamescom, bro, the line just to see Phil Spencer, there was a line and a meet and greet. And it was 2 hours. And Xbox era, obviously, they lined up for that. And then, are you going to do it? I'm like, no, I have enough.
Sorry, Xbox era? Xbox era, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. Here we go.
Fuck you, Special Nick, you piece of shit. You Australian fucking bitch.
Jeez.
Who?
This message brought to
No.
you by GameOnDaily.
Nick and I are friends. He's going to laugh at this one. He's going to laugh.
Nick's cool.
He fucking, every fucking time I stream, Nick shows up in my chat. Can I call you on Discord? Can I call you on Discord? No. And then I call him on Discord. So
let me catch up with these super chats. We've got Glitch Doctor with a €5 super chat. In a recent XNC show, let me read this. Gaz admitted that he's into BBCs. The C stands for consoles, you perverts.
You're in the BBC? Is that what you like?
Big black consoles, yeah.
Hey, look, man, everybody's got a fetish.
Hardware black. That's what I'm saying. I like my hardware black. Once you go black,
oh, you do. Hey, Gaz, do me a favor. Gaz, can you take both of your big black consoles and put them next to your face like this?
Yeah,
no,
please.
I'm not doing that.
Or your big black controllers.
Just
put them next to your face like this for me. Just right here.
Wait, actually, what we need to do is get Gaz to hold the PS5 right here and the Series X right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Definitely not doing that. Modeling, shout out to you, man. He goes, hey, Alex, don't lie. That's your nose dildo. He's talking about your little suppository you were putting in your nose a second ago.
My nose dildo?
Alex, read Zayn Bashir's
but you know, so that little nose thing, that's really nothing compared to what inside of your dad's ass.
Read Zayn.
Wait, what is it?
In the chat.
I don't know. Where is it? There's so much in the chat.
Chat it's like
where is it? I can't find it.
Right at the bottom.
He's got the planet Earth icon toward the bottom.
What is that?
Gaz's dad just donated.
Oh yeah, Gaz, your dad says
Did your dad donate, Gaz?
I was about to read that in an accent.
Look at the super
Is that because Hargeek donated? Wait, is Hargeek your dad?
No, well, you don't remember from last stream?
Don't remember last time?
There's a
last
difference.
This guy donated.
Why? Tell me why Hargeek is your dad.
Remember last time when the Fratinga was like,
dad? It's because last time he fucking super chatted, Fratinga goes, hey Gaz, your dad just donated because he saw an Indian person.
After 7, guys, can you just read that in the accent? Because I can't do it. I'm gonna get in trouble.
After 70 hours into the 7 out of 10 game, it really should be a 3 out of 10. Bloody flat. No human should ever play this piece of crap. Xbox has no bastard fucking games.
So wait, guys, I want to know, guys, how many Moto 8s do you own?
Oh my god!
What was that? At the end, how the fuck did he do? The stream is fucked up right now, man.
We've already messed
I
up.
can't take it anymore. Ah!
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm out!
Oh my!
I thought we were gonna watch a snuff film for like, I thought we were on like a snuff cast for like 2 seconds. I was like, yo, it just registered what you did. Holy shit, you're fucking demonetized. You're done.
Bro,
No.
it's a BB gun. Look, man. This is not
Airsoft.
America. You can't just go to fucking Walmart and buy a fucking gun and then
Yeah, you
shoot
can.
yourself.
Yeah,
Hey.
you can in America. You can.
Yeah, you
Absolutely,
can.
you can.
You can't.
Yeah, absolutely
Oh,
can.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the US. And we don't have Walmart here. We have Tesco.
You want to see my gun? I'll bring you my gun. I'll show you my guns.
Don't do that. That's a real.
I
You
think
got
he's
real
talking
gun.
about
I have
secret
real guns. Yeah, I have real firearms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alex said I can have a real show.
I got, you know what? I got a gun that's like a baby's arm holding an apple. If you want to hold on to that one.
Oh,
Oh my god. No, it's fine.
that's from the Key and
It's fine,
Peele skit.
thanks. Demonetized.
Absolutely.
Cute
If-
What?
If,
Yeah, we'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
this is off
This is
the
off,
rails,
but
chat
This
says.
is yeah.
Zitra with the $2 thing goes, you can't land on gas giants, but you burn bodies 7 out of 10. But David Jaffe is a legend for that, by the way. Shout out to
I
him.
am so glad I got to put that in my video in time. I was like,
Yo,
yes.
I missed it. The second I posted my video, he did that shit, and I was like, fuck.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the Oblivion music in the back. I'm gonna make the meme. It's just too easy. Too easy.
Damn.
All right,
man.
David Jaffe has redeemed himself. Okay.
You had beef with Jaffe, didn't you?
Sort of, not really. I mean,
He's nice, man. He's
you know,
nice.
he'll message back. He's pretty cool after a bit, but
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really nice. He's very sincere.
but
And
he's
very cool.
in general he gets into a few scuffles online. So
He always does, but he speaks his mind. Do you know how valuable having a developer of that caliber with that history of IPs doing YouTube? I don't think people fucking. And you know what really pisses me off? You've got these ponies fucking rinsing him, saying, "Oh, you're a has-been," calling him an Xbox shill.
oh yeah, that's right, because
Hey, when?
Jaffe. Okay, so Jaffe
I'm
put out a
about to say.
tweet where he said Starfield's like his favorite game of all time now.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
really?
tweet out- Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you missed that.
And that's
Oh, shit.
actually
I
pretty
missed that.
glowing praise for a God of War developer, but that drove quite a few ponies real mad.
Bro. And
Is-
you've
is-
seen him. He went on King Thrasher's show, and it was literally everyone just screaming and making fun of him. But David Jaffe held his own and fucking absolutely one-man gangbanged all of them. And it fucking, he was, bro, that goes to show
One-man
that no matter what
gangbang.
you do in this space, ponies will not fucking respect you. These pricks don't do anything. They smell of smegma. The fucking no
The
qualifications.
smell of
And
smegma.
just fucking
I love
just
it.
shitting on a legend who made the beloved IP that's fucking
That
you're-
they love. The IP
that's-
that they love.
They love. Yep, that
That's
nothing else
stupid.
can touch. And these
That
guys.
nothing else is better except Elden Ring.
Honestly,
It's
so
No, like it's fucking nuts. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fred.
oh, thanks.
No.
I was just gonna say that honestly. So with the review scores, right? Like the 7 out of 10s is like okay, whatever. That's
Yeah,
I
fine.
don't care.
But the ones I see that really annoy me a bit are the 10 out of 10s, right? I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. But
looking
that's,
at these-
that's
I'm looking at
every
these-
game.
yeah, I know. but-
Ritsuka Kill, whatever your name is. Say that again, I dare you. Say what again? I'll fucking say it again if you're fucking deaf, bro.
Don't
Say
make
what?
Gaz bring out the
Say
outfit.
what again?
I don't know. He's just like, say that again. I dare you.
Rasuka,
He's
what
like,
did he say
So,
that you didn't like?
so just say that.
Oh, okay. What is it that I said?
There
Oh,
you go.
smegma. Oh, smegma. He didn't like that you said smegma.
Fucking
Smegma?
smegma. What's wrong with that? Well,
Well,
other
you know
than
what
the fact that you're
smegma
covered
is,
in it.
right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we all
I don't
know what
have
it
it
is.
because I'm clean cut, circumcised. Yeah.
Well, I have a
JD gave
popsicle
him-
stick. I don't have
Yeah,
the
it's like-
option.
JD gave us a $10 super chat. Shout out to the panel.
Cole,
Alex
did
and
you just
Fritz.
make a face of what a dick would look like if it was uncut?
Oh
Fertinga's clip in his video yesterday when he shows the Jake from State Farm clip.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Dude. Bro,
I almost passed out.
I said to myself, I need to drop a really funny joke on Jim Sterling right now because I am about to dig into somebody everybody's gonna lose their minds over, and that
Yeah.
was heel versus babyface. because I said I'm gonna trick my audience. I'm gonna warm them up. Be like, oh, this is great, this is great. Ah, yeah. Then it gets to the part where it gets the heel
right at the end,
face, and they're like, they got so
watching everybody get mad.
I tricked them so hard, no.
Dude, watching everybody get so angry at you because you went after that ass guy is fucking hilarious. It's like they don't fucking get it.
Bro, yeah. I lost about like what 60 subs.
Oh no.
Just making fun of him. Like, whatever, 60 subs is 60 subs. But then like, you know that
really?
Yeah, but I was so surprised. I was like, you guys, are you forgetting the theme of this channel is we make fun of bald 40-year-old men that scream? Like, are you forgetting?
I mean,
what
you're doing
made
to
you
me
think
before?
I was gonna miss out on that? Huh? Oh yeah, that's
what
right.
you were doing to me before.
Yeah, but Colt, I mean, at least Colt never had a tantrum, as far as I know, right? Colt?
I don't think no.
Colt was just driving and pulled over in his car and got super pissed.
It's just like Colt looks like he doesn't even.
What am I gonna do about these two fucking clowns chastising me on the internet?
Colt doesn't even look like he yells at. I don't know. It just like it looks.
I don't even yell at my. I don't even yell at my kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey! Get off that PlayStation. Get off that PlayStation.
Hey! What? Hey! Game Pass.
Don't make me raise my voice. Get off the PlayStation. You play on the Xbox where there's no games, and you'll like it. Game Pass. And then I shut the door.
It's funny because
play that same old game you played before. Go play Halo, damn it.
No, it looks like if he was to raise his voice any louder, he would break. You know, like he would fall.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey, Colt,
about Colt in this is what I think the constituents of this panel say for Colt. We do say and push you two worse than me. I can get away with something. I feel like I can get away with
What did we do? What did we do?
Well,
we didn't do nothing.
We'll get to
we didn't do nothing. Don't you two worse than me. Don't fucking come in here looking at us like we're fucking bad guys.
No, I'm not saying bad guy. I'm saying it as this is a term, not a term of endearment, but I'm looking up to you. You guys push the bar in what you can say in today's climate. Fritanga absolutely does. He uses all kinds of slurs.
On that too? Yeah.
Don't tell that to the audience.
What I was going to say, because we are from like a slightly older, different generation.
Yeah, we're from a different time.
Yeah.
Different time. We're older dinosaurs. But what I really, really value, and both of you, even you, like. Alex, you can't even use the word gay right now. They'll be like, oh, fucking cancel him, even though you don't understand the.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that takes away from the magic. Well, Fritanga does a lot of good stuff in the game.
What I want to say is shout out to you guys. You guys make me. I laugh my head off. But when my kids walk by, I have to turn down the volume of my phone really fast.
Yeah, but you better put an AirPod on and listen to us.
You guys both push the old comedy that we all grew up with. Like Gaz and I talk about this a lot, where you guys are kind of pushing past. We're going to get over this where we're not allowed to make jokes or make light of certain things. And it's okay to laugh about these things and no harm done for a good laugh. And that's probably super offensive for me to say that. But Gaz and I talk about this a lot. Like, you should be able to, in an entertainment space, have a little bit of fun and make fun of yourself and make fun of others without, cracking the earth in half. And
I think
that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Fred.
Oh, thanks. I was saying, you should be able to have some wiggle room. But I was just thinking, Colt, about when you said, like, when my kids walk by, turn down the volumes. Eventually, your kid's gonna walk up to you. He's like, Dada, what does DMT? Because
Uncle Gaz just gave me a spliff. Fun fact: Colt's dog has been high, but he hasn't.
What the fuck?
Colt's dog worked his way to some edibles, but he has never tried weed, and I'm so desperate to get him high.
Yeah,
I was like, what's wrong with our dog? I was like, what's wrong with our dog? And I went up to him and he was like this.
He was having the best fucking time of his life.
And I'm like, Loki, talk to me. Are you okay, Loki? And he's like,
yeah, rub my tummy. Just rub my tummy. I think too, like for me, it's I usually go as hard as like if you're gonna be that much of a psychopath on Twitter about video games, I'm going to be as much of a psychopath on my channel about you.
Yeah.
Like that's my thing, right? Like I've had people say all kinds of shit to me, and I'm just like, well, you forgot who you're fucking with.
Yeah.
Because I will fuck your father in front of you.
And you say that on socials, and we love it. And it's always
there's no way around. Like, oh, Alex, you're gay, you're this, you're that. Yes. And so is your dad.
You gotta play into it.
Because you know what, it's just like if it's just a nameless, faceless nobody, then I'm like, all right, whatever. You got like 2 followers, but if it's somebody who's got a little bit of a following, and you're like, oh, you want to step up today? There hasn't been a single thing you're saying to me that I don't say 6 inches to myself in front of the fucking mirror. Okay.
By the way, your dad left his size 8s under my bed last night.
Come over and pick them up.
That was Colt Eastwood, ladies and gentlemen.
No, actually, I took a page out of your book, Alex, and I said that like 2 weeks ago to some guy. I said something about how his dad left his underwear over to my house. He's like, my dad's dead. Now, only the 2 times that Gaz and I've gone after somebody's dad, their dad just happened to pass away that moment.
You know what you say? You double that. You say, dig them up.
Alex,
oh my God.
Alex, they did that to you on Twitter, I believe, right? Once.
They tried.
Hold on,
they did that to me. Nick Marseille did it to me. He goes, my mom's dead. I'm like, are you fucking?
Yeah. It was
the point. I don't know your mom personally. When I'm using your mom joke, don't rally everything. Look at Gaz's sense of humor. He's such a cunt. I'm like, you bald-headed fuck.
So here's what
on your head and enjoy your life. You can dish it, but you can't take it. And everyone knows your anus is the size like this because you take it from Jim Ryan daily. You can't take a joke like that. Fuck
here's what happened to me. So I gave somebody "I'm gonna fuck your dad" tweet, right? And it was like, my dad's dead, and then he posted a picture of a grave.
Oh my! Why would you do that? Why would
I said, oh, okay, that's no big deal. Let's go ahead and let's reverse image search this picture of a grave.
Oh my God, you did?
It wasn't his dad's grave.
Oh my!
Another thing, Alex, another thing.
It was just a grave site that's a famous grave site that they pulled out of Google. They just typed grave in Google.
Doesn't surprise
me. And that was the first image they pulled up, and ta-da!
Another thing too is his dad had died years ago. He didn't actually die like that week.
Yeah,
he didn't drop
exactly.
That week. Yeah.
I have so much cancel culture shit.
It's one thing
lame.
If I know your family member is deceased and then I say it, that's a dick move.
Yeah, that's a dick move.
If I don't know you from Tom, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Just take the joke. Like, did you guys not go to school, man? How coddled were you guys? My school, the banter was raw. I don't think some of these like new kids.
Yo, we used to do shit in school like this. How many push-ups can your dad do? I don't know. He doesn't have arms. We used to do shit like that,
bro. We had some raw jokes,
bro.
Like,
dude, when I was growing up, kids were they were rough to each other. But you know what, Gaz, you need to read this right now.
Gaz, you gotta take it off, baby. Take it off. Let's go. Take it off, Gaz. Let's go, baby. You know the rules.
Why?
Yes. You gotta take it off. Put the music on. Take it off.
I want to see the sand dunes.
Let's go, baby.
His Ripley skin.
Oh, I'm gonna play some music.
Take it off. Let's go.
Fuck.
Come on.
Say.
Yes.
Gaz has more hair than Colt Eastwood. Jesus.
He does. No, wait till you guys see this chest.
Sorry, Colt.
Bro, I tell him he needs to donate it to me. I'll walk around looking like a used car salesman.
Hold on. He's muted, apparently. I don't know what's going on. He's muted.
Yeah. We can't hear you for some
reason.
reason.
Who's he talking to? I can't hear you.
Oh, boy.
We can't hear
How
you.
can he not hear
anything?
How can he not hear you, Gaz?
Oh, my.
Right.
That's not that much hair, actually.
No, that's pretty hairy. That's pretty hairy.
Nah, that's nothing.
That's nothing. I wanted to see like the
no, you're muted. You're muted.
You are
Hold
muted.
on. Is he muted in here?
Yes.
No, his mic's probably disconnected.
Why? You didn't do anything. Hey, it's our show now.
What are you talking to?
It's our show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
We need Fred, can you do Gaz's voice so you can be on his behalf?
Yes. All right, mate. Of course. All right. Oh,
breath.
Fire.
Let bruv.
Aye,
Aye, bruv.
Aye,
Bruv.
SEO
Blood. Hey, blood. Hey, bruv. Hey, you're a bellend, bruv.
When Gaz sends me a voice message on Twitter, he'd be like, bruh, it's fucking lit, bruh. It's so fucking lit, bruh.
H2O with the $100 super chat says, love and peace, gentlemen. Colt is here. I love this, man. Heart of gold. So if you can resist the insurmountable temptation, give Starfield another 8 to 10 months and fire it up. Will be way better. Alice Cyberpunk. It's 1 a.m. and I'm still up. Damn, from Dubai with love.
Oh, so
dang.
Me and Gaz actually kind of had the same idea here, but that's what I was thinking.
I think Gaz is freaking out because his audio stopped working.
Yeah. Gaz, check your cable or something. You probably just
disconnected it. Go put something in your butt and then come back.
What we don't want him to do is to freak out and start clicking all kinds of stuff and then
guys, don't just like start clicking stuff and then showing your porn folder on stream.
We've got the show for a minute while you figure it out properly.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Just
let me read this one from JD
take
Gamer.
Off your pants.
JD Gamer gives Gaz $20, which will keep his shirt off. He says, as more and more bangers hit the Xbox platform, I can see the casuals grabbing Xboxes left and right. So it's starting with Starfield, but will continue all throughout 2024. Hellblade, and then 25. Fable, don't ever see the salt ending. Well,
it's what's crazy. I really feel like it's nuts because I've always seen that PlayStation fanboy said they want Xbox to compete. Xbox is finally competing. They're just competing in a different way.
Well, say what you said in your video. You said it so perfect. You said you guys wanted games, and then
they got games.
Yeah.
And now you're mad they got games.
I'm just gonna say, like, it's a never-ending thing, right? It's a never-ending thing for them. It's like you could give them what they want, but they'll move the goalpost,
and they'll never be happy.
Yeah,
they'll never. And the thing is, because what they want, Fred, is they want Xbox to do exactly what Sony does, so that way, when Xbox doesn't do it as good as Sony, they can then say, "Hi, you're a failure."
It's
You're back. You're back.
Oh,
you're back.
Hey, yo, Gaz. So somebody in the Discord sent me a message and they said, I thought Gaz was going to have bombs under that shirt and that's why he didn't want to take his shirt off.
Keep joking about that. I'll do it.
No, Gaz, you should do it. Gaz, next stream, put shit under your shirt and just rip it and be like, ah!
Oh, hey, Gaz.
You should get like a Halloween costume that has like the dynamite that you strap to your chest.
Gaz is strapped.
And what it should be is, what you should do is just put little hot dogs in there and just eat a hot dog.
I sent King Thrash a message and asked him to join the stream with us.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Did you really?
No, wouldn't that be great?
The stream would get taken down. Your stream would get taken down.
H2O just gave out a code in the chat. Shout out to him, man. He's so generous.
That's awesome.
As well. Let me read these super chats, gents. JD with a $10 super chat. Shout out to the panel, Alex and Fritz together with Gaz and Colt bringing up the rear. That sounds weird.
That's what you do.
The salt mines are open today. I absolutely need all the pony salt. Somebody save me. I think my OD. I think you should have already. Quantum with the $5 super chat. Thank you,
sir. Which quantum? Which quantum?
Well, yeah.
Quantum
which quantum?
Okay. King Thrash is in the chat.
There he is. Pull up to the round table.
No, you need to come to me after you blocked me twice, bruv. You come to me.
Oh, I gotta say, shit.
You send another code.
I want to give King Thrash a shout out.
Hold on, I'm going to see if it's the real him.
Yeah, well, gone for it.
That's not him.
I want to give him credit because he unblocked me on Twitter. Yay! So I was like, finally, he unblocked me. I was like, why would you block me? I never did anything to you, King.
I knew it wasn't the real King because I went and it said no videos, and it would have said on his channel 70 videos and no views.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Betty Colt is the best Colt because I got like 4 views on my last video.
But H2O is dropping codes like a mother. This guy is crazy. I don't even know
the Steam codes or Xbox codes. These look like Xbox codes to me.
Someone's dropping codes.
Yeah. H2O is dropping them like mad. I don't even know what they are. Whoever claims them or H2O, let us know what you're dropping. That's mad.
These are Xbox codes.
Yeah, these are Xbox codes. Shout out to
H2O. For the players, nice. H2O says.
What a fucking community. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
He's a G, man, and he's out in Saudi just doing some crazy, making that money. Quantum7411, he goes, welcome to my flat screen. Oh shit, fucking Alex, dude. Great to see you all. Starfield 9.4 out of 10. That's an interesting score. JD with a $5 super chat. If ponies are crazed over Starfield in 2023, what are they going to do when the 1-2 punch of Hellblade, Xbox's end to the graphics conversation and avowed? Colt, do you think that Hellblade will be? I think he's got a point there. It's a third person, sad dad, single player limited gameplay game. They'll love it.
Are you ready for Hellblade Senua's Saga at 30 FPS?
No.
It's gonna be 30, bro. It's gonna be 30.
I'm gonna predict
100% it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
predict
30.
that Fable is also 30 FPS.
Yes, absolutely.
Avowed absolutely is going to be like dynamic 4K 60, but not Fable and Hellblade. I expect 30 FPS on those games.
David, how much
That's
do I
what
have
I'm
to donate to put your shirt clothes back on? Another $50 and I'll put it back on. It's fucking cool.
Yes! Now you're thinking. Now you got it in your head.
Yeah.
Now you
There
got it.
is. Might as well sell my soul like a fucking whore. Richie Torres MMA with the $5 super chat. Sony fanboys, 7 out of 10 all have the same crying animation. What?
Colt, tell us,
is
is the next Gears going to be 30 FPS?
No way.
No.
Yeah, no, there's no
60.
way they would have Gears at 30. I was like, no, fucking
No.
way,
King Crash goes, Gaz, pull up to the round table with your shirt off. I don't know what you boys would be doing, bruv, because that would be fucking weird.
Just bring
I have JTech in my DMs going, hey, Gaz. JTech would be like, I didn't even fucking pay for this. Eric cuts for the $5. Thank you so much, Eric. Source, look at this panel. My 2 favorite podcasters, my YouTube crush and Fritanga. Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh!
Thank you for that praise.
That's the wife right there.
She should have said
That's the
a wild for Tango, but that's fine.
Listen, she is. Let me tell you. We talk about look. Nice.
Alex
Lauren
is,
Olivia wants you to
Alex
take
is,
that hat off, guys.
I'm a lucky man. I'll tell you what.
When I first met Alex, I legitimately thought him and Erica were a pair online.
Same.
Yeah,
They
because-
fucking
yeah.
trolled
Thought.
me both. I was like, what for
What are you
ages?
talking about?
But then I found
No.
out Erica has multiple husbands, so I was like, okay, well, never mind.
Who?
She does.
Multiple husbands, yes, she does.
Who?
A lot of them. You're not the only one. She has the one she had a kid with too. Don't forget about that.
Oh,
I don't know
shit,
what you're
Erica, you're
talking
gonna
about.
take this slander. Ghost Soldier 2112. Okay, who allowed all of you to get together again? It's a fucking recipe for disaster. But last time it just has to happen. Sometimes you have to fucking just let the madness and chaos go. Yudani Kozada with the $2 super chat. Someone explain to Colt what docking is. He knows exactly what it is.
No, wait. No. What if you guys ever heard of a reload?
Oh no.
Oh,
Here
what
we
the
go.
fuck is a reload? That sounds horrible
All right,
already.
all right. That's when your boy is laying some pipe, right? And then he nuts too early. So what you do is you both dock, and then you load him up, and you reload him.
Oh,
in the
that
dock.
is disgusting.
So he
What,
can go-
what the? I did not need to know that. That is so butters.
He's talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yo.
JD,
okay. What about walking the Marlin? Do you guys know what that is?
walking the Marlin Nation? What?
Yeah, it's okay. It's when you're fucking. It's when you're fucking.
You wrap
What
it
you
up.
do is
You
okay.
wrap
What you
it
do
up.
is all right. No, here's
Marlin
what you do.
Nation.
Here's what you do. Walking the Marlin is when you're fucking right, and then you bust in their eyes so they can't see, and you put your finger around like a hook like this, and you walk them around the room.
What the fuck?
It's all,
What? Colt's face is so funny.
I need a pick me up an Urban Dictionary.
Oh man, he's getting red faced. Look at Colt bursting. JD with a $5 super chat. Seriously, how does the panel feel about this? If Redfall shows up with massively improved enemy AI, new missions, 60 FPS, and all glitches fixed. In that
2025?
multiverse, yeah, in the alternate universe,
Doesn't fix
maybe-
anything for me.
yeah, maybe we'll give a shit. Remember when
That
we
game
played
is
together,
dead, bro.
Fred?
No,
Okay.
It
that
just
game is
doesn't,
done.
I mean, like they could finally get Redfall to work, I was supposed to.
You wanna-
It wouldn't change anything.
What's the
You wanna
trade-off? Why
hear
would
my
you even
take?
waste time? Yeah, go for it.
I think that they should just completely ditch it.
Yes.
I wish they would just give the refunds for people who paid for the extra content
Delete
and just
it
say,
off
look,
the
we're done.
fucking-
We're all
Yeah.
hands on deck on an actual game. We're done.
Yeah.
Delete that shit.
Okay.
Remove it from Game Pass. Remove it from sale. Take it off digital store. Just remove that fucking game altogether. It doesn't exist. You lost.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
go.
Can
100%.
we
let it go.
talk about one more thing real quick? Unrelated to Starfield, but can we talk about how rough Stalker 2's looking? That's
I heard.
No, so,
and
so,
it's a
Did
real
you
big,
see it,
it's a
Gaz?
real big disappointment for me.
I was going
because
to go
it's been
there.
massively downgraded. Massively
so
downgraded.
Erwin, we went to Gamescom. He said the game looks like shit. He played
You
it.
said it looks like
he-
Roblox on your stream a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago.
He said that the
It's-
text, everything looked like bad. Like, I
What are
feel
you
like-
hearing, Frit?
Do you remember?
about
Do you remember
Stalker?
the old Stalker? How much that got fucking bullshotted to death? Like I kept seeing this when Half-Life 2 had come out. I know this was
Yeah.
gonna kill Half-Life 2, and never came out. And by the time it came out, no one really cared. Oh, I'd moved on.
The
So what
original Stalker is complete Eurojank, and this one is also going to be Eurojank.
But the
Like,
thing
It's going to be
is,
janky as fuck. It's
I
going to
hope
be.
it's
The
good
thing
though.
is- the thing is the
I
way
really want it
the-
to be good.
the way they presented it, the footage for the first time, it looked badass, right? It looked real good.
They
Yeah.
do
It
this
look-
all the time.
It looked
All the time.
clean. It looked clean, right? Right.
I'll tell you
What we're saying does looks like doesn't even look like the same lighting system or anything, but it's just like the level of marketing on false advertisement on that one is just, I don't know. To be fair,
but
that's
apparently,
not the final
apparently-
game. This is not the final game. that they
Exactly.
showed.
Also,
Yeah.
to be fair, their country is in a war.
Yeah,
That too.
yeah.
That too.
And not only that, but the what's it called? The gameplay. Everyone who played it said the gameplay looked really good. That it felt really good. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
Phil
the
Spencer and
gunplay
Todd
was really
Howard playing it.
good. Yeah.
There's
Phil
footage of
Spencer
Todd-
died straight away. Yes.
They
Yeah.
died straight away
but
because
I
they
saw,
just
like-
quote,
Is Todd Howard really that small in person, you guys?
Oh yeah.
yes.
Yeah. He is.
Can he fit in your pocket, Colt?
Yeah.
Short
Yeah.
Colt,
he's
put him in his
he's
pocket
very
and walked
short.
away with him. He's like, "You're adorable, Todd."
King Thrash says, I pull up to the round table. Farouk,
It's not
tell
him.
me. It is him, man. It's got to be him.
Didn't Colt say it's not him?
It's not. It's not.
No,
the
it's
real
not.
King
It's
Thrash.
yeah. He's just
King
having
Thrash's
fun.
name's not spaced out.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's not spaced
I
out.
thought it was King Thrash. Yeah, he's too funny, man. Farouk, tell me.
Delta, 16 times the compactness. Yes, there you go.
Daughter's in the chat. Daughter Alex, TTS sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like TTS, Alex. It's bad.
You know, you're gonna have to take
Where
that one
are
up
you
with
from?
Delta.
With the MAD, the Mad 20. Because the stable's becoming unstable. That's actually a good line. I might actually steal that.
The unstables will call
Hey,
it.
you know
The
what? I was
hooping
thinking about
ones.
putting for my next thumbnail just a bunch of empty stables. That's just a thumbnail. Empty stables with like beanies on the
Oh,
ground.
God.
And there's like
Oh,
and there's like
shit,
there's
Shab.
beanies on the ground. What? Oh
Did you
shit!
Another
Oh,
Starfield
another
Steam
one!
code.
Yes, put a Steam Starfield key code in there, chat boy.
Shabs
You better pick it up.
2G. Well done.
All the
man,
Xbox
you
guys are
are so-
quick install Steam.
Do it first.
They got Game
Hey,
Pass.
hey, Alex, somebody goes, enjoy that 20 FPS Colt playing Starfield. I'm like, I'm playing on PC.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
shit.
Colt, wait,
You
you're
can't
playing
do
on
PC?
PC?
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
I played
He's a
the
PC
first.
master race now.
Oh,
No, 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 we're not doing this.
No.
We're not doing this.
I played
We're
the
not doing
first
this.
90 hours on
Take,
Xbox.
take your fucking computer and throw it in the fucking
Nope.
trash.
Nope.
You
Nope.
goddamn
It's too late,
console
Alex.
fucking peasant.
I was already in this before I even met you. I was already PC. I was already PC
Oh,
MR.
shit.
Yeah.
He was
My
PC
town.
before you.
Don't
Oh,
you come into
shit.
my town, into
Don't
my
you dare
space.
gatekeep me.
shit.
Don't you start
come
pulling
in-
the shit
I'll come
like,
in from the back.
Microsoft owns PC too because you use
Oh,
Windows.
That's what
Fucking
that's what
bullshit.
Zorka says.
I hate that
Zorka says
argument.
This
all the
fucking
time.
hate it.
bullshit shit.
He is
Fucking
Xbox. What are you talking about?
Hey, I played Redfall on PC. I played Gotham
Oh,
Knights
God.
on PC.
Oh,
No,
Gotham Knights
listen,
Two
because
two
it's
bangers, bro. Two
yeah,
bangers.
two
Yeah.
bangers, two
Two
bangers.
bangers that were at 30
Let me
FPS.
get this straight. Let me get this straight. You
Yeah.
turn to the PC when there is no 60 FPS option for console.
Absolutely, because I
That's
will
what
not
you
be
do, yeah.
compromised. I will not be compromised.
Shout out to okay.
I will
that's
not be
respectable.
And I
Okay,
told
okay.
people on my podcast, I told people in the videos, I said, if this game or that game's going to be only at 30 and not give me a performance option, then I am going to play it on PC.
Okay.
And I do.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
that's fine.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, because I'm not going to sit here and be one of those singular plastic writers that will only say PlayStation's amazing or only the console, because Xbox has said we are on ROG Ally, Steam Deck, PC, mobile phone, laptop, cloud, console, you name it.
Well, I'm the opposite. I'm a PC elitist. But
are you playing on Steam or Xbox?
I'm playing the Windows Xbox version, and it's
you bought it off the Microsoft store. Okay.
Yeah, because it's Play Anywhere. Because I just grabbed my save and went back and forth. And then when I went to PAX last weekend, and I played in the downtime at the hotel at the end of the night, and I brought my Series X with me, and I
think the coolest thing about Xbox is the fact that they're doing like the X Cloud thing. I think that's a very cool fucking thing to do, where you can just play that shit. Thank you
for letting me put my shirt back on.
On anything that's like a Windows device. I think that's fucking cool. I mean, Steam does that too, where as long as your PC is on, you can just remote play into your PC from anywhere, which I think is fucking cool too. Because I do that with my Steam Deck all the time. Like if my Steam Deck can't run the game, I just remote play from the Steam Deck from the PC to my Steam
Deck.
I
also think big publishers like EA, Ubisoft, and Activision, like if you buy a game, if they're not going to let you play it on different devices, they should at least let your save cross over to PC, back to console, back and forth.
It is just that. Like I think all saves in progress should be cross-platform.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like if you play on a PS5, if you bought the game twice, your save should fucking go between both consoles.
Absolutely. It's such a fucking piss take. You can't do
not
that.
to.
Yeah,
it's
just
stupid for not to.
I mean, I was all like after last gen, I was PC. I was literally just Apex Legends and just everything on PC. And then I kind of just got like, let me just get consoles. I'm just getting a little bit. Just want to chill a little bit because it's going to sound stupid to you guys, but multiple 12 hours a day at work on a PC, hunchback on a PC. Come home, editing on PC, podcasting on PC, and then gaming on PC. It may sound stupid.
But I mean, Frit might be like, "Oh, cool, Colt," but I'm playing it. I'm playing it like this. I've got the controller. I've got the wire. I was using my Elite V2 or the Starfield controller with the adapter, and I'm sitting back in this chair on the couch.
Yeah, maybe I might.
Basically, once I launch the game, it doesn't matter if it's on PC or console. It's like I'm playing with thumbsticks. That shit
on your TV, like it's perfect.
It's all on the TV. My PC is always connected to the TV, so it's like. I just basically load up Starfield in the 60 FPS version with the Series X settings, basically. So
for me,
you could just get like a, you know what you could do, guys? You can get like a small mini PC, and put it to your actual TV, and then remote play from your PC in your office to your mini PC in the living room, and just play that way with the controller.
Okay, I might do that.
You can just get a mini PC with HDMI out.
Yeah,
or just get a new GPU and then you can play like.
I'm gonna get a new PC, like this fucking Premiere.
Yeah, you have to do what Todd Howard told you to do.
Oh my gosh! Reset that for the audience about that interview.
Oh no, Alex' take is going to be
interesting. Todd Howard.
Upgrade your PC. Oh no, it's Alex.
So what happened is there's a small interview, and this interviewer was asking an audience question. He's like, "One last question for Todd," but he also says it with a pretty stern look on his face.
Oh yeah,
he got mad.
That interviewer looked pissed at Todd when he was saying it too. I was like,
I was pissed too.
He was like, "Why did you not optimize Starfield for PC?" And Todd's like, "It is optimized." And he's like, "You're just gonna have to go get a new GPU or something." I was like, "No,
you may need to upgrade your PC."
So I will say this.
And Phil Spencer's laughing as he said
just
that.
Laughing.
Okay, so I will say this.
You're laughing.
I will say this. The words were chosen poorly on that question. It should have been, "Why is Starfield poorly optimized on PC?"
Yeah, that was ambush journalism.
Yeah, so he asked,
"Why did you?" That's like what a pony would say.
And I was thinking to myself, "Well, it is optimized. It's just not well optimized."
Yeah. So I'll tell you guys, I've got a Ryzen 7 and a 3080, and it launched set to 4K 60, and then I saw some drops, so I just dropped it down to 1440, and I changed like shadows down to medium and something else down to medium, and I've left it. It's cool. I don't, but my PC is like $2,000, $2,500. So
I have a 7900 XT. I'm an AMD guy. I moved to AMD after NVIDIA did this whole 40 fucking series thing. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And then I have a 7700X, an AMD CPU.
Oh,
and
Richie.
I get like 110 FPS out in the open world, but when I go to fucking
A city.
New Atlantis, it's at 60.
Yeah.
I lose like 30% performance when I go to the fucking New Atlantis, bro. At 14.
It's because they have like 30 of those
what
NPCs
the
going.
Fuck?
So it doesn't.
It's fucking insane. It's
Alex,
fucking
man.
insane.
Alex, you
Colt,
make
Colt,
enough.
I'm gonna put that in a video. You doing that where you're like,
Alex,
Starfield. I'm gonna put a beanie on you and be like, Starfield's broken ponies, and you're just like.
I make enough what? What do I make enough of?
You
What?
make enough money to get a 4090. Oh no, but yours is a
No,
fucking...
Alex is cheap, and I like that about Alex.
He's very
Have
cheap.
bro, you know this green screen like this microphone I found in the trash.
No.
Really?
You know that, right?
We can tell.
Basically,
You
yeah.
know that,
he did.
right?
You
He
can't
did.
take your money to the grave. Just fucking
This chair I stole. This green screen is a bed sheet from Michael's.
That's brilliant, actually. I rate
Okay?
that. But get a decent PC. You
Is
owe
that
it
Bill?
to
I have a great
yourself.
PC. What do you mean get a decent PC? A
What-
7900 XT is as good as a 4080. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay, fine. I
Yeah,
didn't know you
yeah.
upgraded it. I thought you were on the
No.
2070 still.
I still have it. I have my 20. You want to see it? Hold on.
Hey, Fred, you still rocking that
That's
960 or
that's what
what's
I've
going
got.
on?
Shut the fuck up, Colt. You don't. You stupid ass. I haven't had a 96. Oh my! Shut the
No,
fuck
no, it
up.
was a 970 or something. That was
Shut
like
up,
5 years
alright?
ago.
So I went 960, 970, 980 Ti. Then I went
So,
2060.
guys-
and now I'm at
Oh,
a,
guys,
and now I'm
yeah.
at a 3080.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Guys, like
That's what I've got in my
like four,
PC right now. Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years ago, Dealer and I were arguing with Fertinga on Twitter, like way
Yeah.
back in like 2018. And Dealer's like, "You still rocking that 970?" And Fertinga's like, "Shut up! As soon as I get sell some things, I'll be able to get a better GPU."
Yeah, I was like, fuck you. Okay, what? It was my just you wait moment, you know.
Just you
Yeah.
wait.
The
Check it out,
tools
my
came
man's better
before
than
you
that.
know it.
Look at this bad boy. Look what I picked up the other day.
Oh shit.
I have like
Holy
10 of those
shit.
things.
Oh shit.
I have a bond.
An
I have
actual
a,
RPG, unlike a Final Fantasy 16.
I have a fat. Stupid guy.
It's true.
I have a fat stack of those jewel cases, PS1 cases of a bunch of games, and I have Final Fantasy 7, the whole thing. I have Resident Evil 2. That's also a 2-disc. Resident Evil 2 on PS1 is also a 2-disc. I like the PS1 collection I got. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually rebuilding mine. I lost mine when I moved away to college, and so I'm rebuilding my PS1 and PS2 collection. I'm trying to do N64, but the problem is there's so many fake cartridges for N64. It's fucking ridiculous. Like it is a
Fake?
fucking
fake
it is a scam.
Cartridges?
Fake
know that was a thing?
Chinese knockoff cartridges.
Mm.
Yeah.
What?
So the way you can tell, the way you can tell is when those N64 cartridges and a lot of Super Nintendo cartridges, a lot of them are fake.
Yeah.
And the
That's
best way to
so
tell
fucking
is you
weird.
flip them underneath. If you have an original cartridge, you will be able to tell on the connectors. It's just it looks.
Not only
Yep.
that, but on the back, those new cartridges where like the eye on the Nintendo is a circle, not a square. And then
Yeah.
also on the back of N64 cartridges, there's a punched out number that's
Mhm.
indented. If it
Yeah.
doesn't have that, it's a fake.
Oh shit. Well, I
But
But
didn't
they've set the boards up in them to run in a 64 still. They work. There's
They
not
work in
Linux.
the 64. No, they work perfectly fine. But if you're like, I want to have an OG one,
Yeah.
Mm.
then you're fucked. Or like the coloring will be oversaturated on the images. It'll just look weird, or it'll look like brand new, and that's like what it is. So if you're
Yeah.
trying to find like original ones, but the reason why I stopped collecting N64 games is because there's no cheap way to keep your save file. Like the only way
Oh,
to
you
take
mean
save
the memory
files
cards are
off-
expensive?
No, not the cards. The devices used in order to pull the saves out of the memory card of the actual game itself is like $200.
200.
It's crazy. Yeah,
Jesus
because so
Christ.
what happens is a lot of those games, to pull the save file off, you have to dump the ROM. So you have to get like boards that are able to get the ROM off the cart.
Mm.
And those have been
Fuck
so
your
expensive
ROMs.
to find.
Let me read your super chat. Sorry, Ricky. He goes, Sony fanboys get a 7 out of 10 because they cry the same way. They all do. They're pretending to cry, but they're fucking concealing their hurt. I see one content creator in particular who's a big Bethesda fan and just been shitting on this game. You know who you are. Shab's inevitable.
Hey, yo, Gaz, you pissed Puerto Rock off, dude. He kept like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. 2 days ago, so when Starfield, when they announced it was 6 million players, you fucking tagged Puerto. Like, yo, Puerto, you okay?
Bro, I literally was taking a shit. I was like, hey, Puerto, you okay?
As he always is.
I was taking a dump.
Yeah, threw the grenade in there and just left. And I just watching him just going crazy. Okay, oh, fuck you. You think this is the same thing as Cells? And then Gaz thinks this is fucking Cells. I'm like, yo, Poltrock, I was on your show. You kept telling me how you were the biggest Bethesda fan. Way bigger than me. This is the first Bethesda game I've completed. But you've been shitting on the game constantly. I'm like, I actually thought you were a big Bethesda fan.
There's a video that he made where he said he was going to build a PC for this game.
What?
There's an old video that he made where he was going to build a PC for this game.
What are you doing, man? Come on, I believe you.
I saw it. It was quick. I saw. I did it on a stream one time, and he was like, "Oh, I'm just going to get a PC for this," and it's like you would spend $2,000 plus instead of spending $500 on an Xbox
for a 7 out of 10.
For a 7 out of 10.
Yo, Colt.
No, I'm sorry. No, a 4 out of 10. Apparently, a 4 out of 10.
Right. Yeah, the Sterling 4 out of 10.
What's up, fucking Sterling, fucking irrelevant ass bitch.
So hold on.
She sounds hideous.
Well,
Sterling is so fucking irrelevant. She had to fucking give Starfield a 4 out of 10 to get any sort of fucking notoriety.
But also, hold on. So,
I'm not wrong.
Listen,
I don't think you.
If you want to give Jim a 4, if Jim wants to do a 4 out of 10, whatever. But what I took a problem with was like comparing Bethesda to fascists. I was like, are you out of your mind?
When you put that in your review, then instantly, right? Fucking, you have not reviewed.
Then it's not about the video game. Yeah, it's not.
It's
just
just
fucking about this.
You can have
to put that up on.
She can have her own fucking ideas of what she wants to say or how she wants Bethesda to act or what she wants to do. That's fine. But you have to be able to separate that when you're trying to give an actual review of a video game to people that
to the
you
product.
have a responsibility. Review the product, and then you can still
like when
criticize
Metro said, I'm giving this Xbox game a lower score than it should because
Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to give it a high score. What I don't want to misquote them, but
basically, basically said, quoted the fact that Xbox they docked points on Hi-Fi Rush because Xbox hasn't had good games, even though this one's good.
It's taken too long. It took too long to get Hi-Fi Rush. To get a good game.
Shot. No shot.
There was a review.
I'll pull it right now.
The reviewer's like, what was it? It was the Hi-Fi Rush review where they said that they were gonna not dock points. What they said they had to put into consideration that this was an Xbox title.
Yeah,
and just the review was crazy. I was like, "What is?"
No, I mean, it wasn't just that. Like Gaz said, they said it'd taken too long for Xbox to have great games. So I can't give them the accolades.
That put that in the review too.
Where was that? I'm trying to find.
That's fucking crazy.
If you search it on Twitter, people have like circled it with red on their phone.
Well, that's probably why Metro didn't get a
screenshot.
Code.
Hey, let me say something. I don't think I am annoyed that PlayStation and Xbox cherry pick who they're going to have or who they're going to leave out of reviews for fear of getting bombed by certain journalists. And this may sound kind of crazy, but I think that journalists have the right to free press. If they're going to cover and they have an audience, they should be allowed to. If they're going to give it a 4 out of 10, they're an outlier. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, Dan Stapleton gave it a 7. Okay, fine, big deal. People are mad. I wasn't. Jim Sterling gives it a 4 out of 10. He's one reviewer. Is he even on Metacritic? Maybe he is. I don't even remember.
He breaks the game down.
Yeah.
But there's like 100.
Sterling's 4 out of 10 impacted the meta. I mean, granted, I don't give a fuck about meta, but
there's 100. There's 110 reviews for the game, or 120, and Jim Sterling was the one that gave it one of the lowest scores. So if he was the one that teetered it past 85 point. Or 86 down to an 85.9, and now it's an 85. I guess. Why cry about it?
Well, Jim, Jim
everybody's loving the game except for Porter Rock, bro.
Yeah. Jim gave the second. Jim gave the second lowest review. Jim gave the lowest review. there was another review site that gave it a 5 out of 10. That was a PlayStation review site mainly.
Oh God.
But
really?
Yeah.
They gave it a 5 because it wouldn't launch on their console?
No, it was a. I don't know why they gave it a 5 out of 10.
Mirror Station? Was it that YouTube channel, Mirror Station?
No,
You're like, I
called,
watch Colt's videos on YouTube on PlayStation 5.
And you know what's funny? People are like, "Oh, what about the Xbox reviews that are 10 out of 10?" Bro, you can go to the PlayStation ones that are for God of War, and those are all 10 out of 10 from like Square and Xbox or whatever the fuck. You know, like it's all the same shit, bro. Everybody does it, bro. It's all the same bullshit.
It is the same shit.
We should be
like Metacritic itself is like you shouldn't even use that shit. What you should do is find a reviewer that you like that has the same kind of like personality that you do, or the same kind of things that you look for, and then like that's the person you would take reviews from. Or you just go on stream and you watch the stream and you watch the person you like to watch, and if you say, I like it, it looks good, I'll try it out. That's it. That don't fucking Metacritic is so fucking stupid.
But Metacritic is not irrelevant because it makes. I think it is. Well, it is on a personal level, but you know that can determine whether or not a sequel gets greenlit. Sony really does look at Metacritic. It's why Days Gone didn't get a sequel. And John Garvin said that. And Shuei Yoshida will retweet that.
But Gaz, that's PlayStation. That's
refresh that.
So that Sony uses it. You just gave a good reason why they use it.
Xbox do it.
Why should fans use it? Like
it's just metric. We can't ignore it.
We should honestly be taking bigger problems with people that just kind of give it 10 out of 10s on because like I've been playing the shit out of this game. I've been playing the shit out of this game. It's definitely one of my favorites.
It's not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites of the year.
It's an 8.
It's one of my favorites of the year. But don't get it twisted. This game is flawed. This game has a lot of flaws.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, well, one thing about 10 out of 10s, right? And it depends on your review score. If you do Gene Park gave it a 5 out of 5, that translates to a 10 out of 10. But if you're using a 5-star review scale, that doesn't mean 5 doesn't necessitate that that's a perfect game. So on the other end of that scale, like I think people need to look at that 10 out of 10. Don't assume that it's a perfect game. In my opinion, Starfield has some fundamental flaws, which is what I said in my review, which I wouldn't give it, like, game of the gen or whatever. So I have issues with the low scores as well as the super high scores like you guys do, unless someone substantiates it. Like Gene Park's review is really good. And his 5-star scale, it translates better and it talks about the impact of that game and the story and everything. And he substantiated it. Dan Stapleton, the only big problem about his review, I don't fundamentally disagree with the content of his review, but this scoring is fucked because he gave Duke Nukem Forever a fucking
yes.
He gave Fallout 70. What the fuck? He gave Fallout. Was it 4? No, it was.
He gave Fallout 4 95 or 94, no, but he gave
9.5.
He gave Just Cause like a really high score. Just Cause 4, which I think
Prey
is
a 4 out of 10.
He gave Prey a 4 out of 10.
Prey's amazing.
Fuck.
Dan Stapleton
the director
is
reviews. His scores are fucked. Like,
I mean, but I mean, to be fair, I gave Crackdown a 78 out of 100.
Fuck you.
And I did. I gave it a 78.
But Colt, you were gonna play Crackdown for hundreds of hours.
You're supposed to play for hundreds of hours, bitch.
Get to it. Yeah, you were gonna play for hundreds of hours. Remember?
You know what? Fred
that
needs to get a camera. I want to see his face when he laughs like that. Get a freaking camera, you low cash.
I'm cheap.
I'm cheap. No, you're not.
I'm the kind of guy. One month I made 10K on YouTube and I was still eating ramen noodles.
Hey, I actually love ramen noodles.
That's happened to me before.
I'll always have ramen noodles, no matter how rich I am. Shab's Inevitable with the 23 member super chat. Great panel. I'm extremely tempted to punch my screen. The Dreamcast guy picture is making me twitch. Can I say something about the Dreamcast guy's face here? I'm guilty. In fact, the fucking thumbnail of the stream is his creative. It's your character.
Yeah, so I'm role-playing Dreamcast guy in Starfield. I molded a character to look like him. It explains why none of the NPCs want to have sex with me.
Wow.
Yeah. On top of that, I intentionally. That's a pretty good joke. Yes, I intentionally made Dreamcast guy super weak so
Fuck
that
wrong
he would
yourself.
have a harder struggle in the game. And I've been struggling as Dreamcast guy, so I'm accurately role playing. It's a pretty good ass game of the year.
I will be honest, yeah. Look, the guy hasn't he grifts, yeah, he does this. When we rinse him for his face a bit too
Guys.
Did you see that guy in the picture of the fucking ship taking off and it got Dreamcast guy's face there? That's so bad.
Ghost Soldier, Ghost Soldier in the chat. I am a discount Back Valley VTuber. No, not even that. I'm so cheap. I won't even get a 3D render.
You're a PNG tuber, bro. You're not even a VTuber.
No, I'm a GIF tuber. You know, because
you know what, Frit? You should make a VTuber model.
That'd actually be perfect for you. Oh my fucking
bro,
days.
you should. I
so
swear to God, bro, you should do a VTuber model.
That would be genius. That'd be.
I mean,
bro,
I have the money. I have the money to do it.
There are fucking VTubers that you can do a whole Code Miko is a phenomenal VTuber. If you look at Code Miko and what she does, she's one of the best fucking VTubers out there. Her shit's fucking amazing.
You'd be
and the
fucking
shit she can do and what you like to do with your content, you are prime for VTubing.
Bro, your sponsorship.
I'm
serious,
you can
have a
bro.
bong,
I'm
you can
100%
smoke it.
serious.
Bro, I set up.
You guys are making me cry.
No, but fucking do it. We literally so we paid for we had different ideas for GameOnDaily, and we paid for a VTuber, paid up for all their assets and everything. Our fault, we never actually set up, but we did everything. I set up everything.
Can you get me in contact with that person? I would like to.
Yeah, dude, there's hand tracking, there's face tracking, there's all kinds of stuff.
It would change my streams forever,
bro. It would be epic.
Everything.
It would change the channel.
That's a sick idea, Alex. Do it. Fucking do it.
I've had the idea for a while, but I've always thought everybody else was gonna think it's gay, but it's gay.
Fuck it, dude. Fuck it, bro. VTubing.
Okay.
I'm telling you, bro. For you, it's VTubing.
I'm gonna put tits on my VTube character. Big tits.
You should. Yes. What you should do is, you know who's great too? There's a fucking VTuber that I follow, and it's a VTuber of an anime girl with giant tits, but the voice of the VTuber is a 60-year-old New York Italian guy. It's fucking amazing. It's basically like Dr. Girlfriend from Venture Brothers.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
It's so fucking good, dude.
You need to do that. Bro, when you stream, you have a static image of slightly animated of you on that chair. You can just fucking make it animate. It would create. Yeah, it'll be a game changer. It will fucking.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. On top of that, I finally have some printed stickers for the Patreons. These are actually pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna send. Well, I'm gonna send some to Alex because there's some of him, and I think he's gonna like his stickers.
Yeah, I can't wait. Alex Monley. Can we shout out to Monley? He's such a
shout out to Monley.
Talented motherfucker. That guy is such a G as well.
God damn it! Before I know it, he's gonna be doing work for everybody else. I'm gonna lose my.
Actually, Monley, I already commissioned Monley to do work for me too. So.
I know you did.
My God.
I know you did. The Salt Wars are cruel out here, man.
Shout out to.
I fostered that artist. I was like,
smash that like button. Smash that like button. Go Soldier with 2112 with a $5 super chat. It's ironic. The same crowd that complain and vocally speak out against things like a pronoun option in the game are just as bad as the SJW side of things. And I think Fritanga, you were saying this, and it really is opposite ends of the same coin. Like I've seen it, like the far left and the far right. And do you know why that is? Because they stopped bullying. And as someone who had pretty raw fucking fights at school, and I was bullied because I went to a racist school. I had to fight back and learn to fucking take care of myself. I think that was a fundamental thing in growing up. And I feel like this new generation is too coddled, and now you've got this fucking vacuum. Everyone's being really nice, and now you've got these super left people with their rainbow colored hair and these super right people with their fucking incels, and everyone in the middle is just like, all right, calm the fuck down, both sides. Like, can we just come together? And that's
It was very hard. It was very hard because the discussion around Starfield's been polluted with this shit, and it really sucks. Really sucks. But it's also given the game more attention in a unique way. Because I've been watching a lot of disingenuous people covering it. They're like, "This is a woke game." I'm like, "It's not even woke.
What
is a game? I was like, you talking about Christianity and shit. Just play.
We got to talk about Red Dragon because Alex highlighted it really well, where he was showing that that Starfield was really low rated on Xbox, but it was actually the Xbox PC app, which were PC gamers. Yes. And so I went, after watching Alex's video, I went to the Xbox console and I went to the reviews, and it was like 3.8 out of 5 or something, not super high. But I went to all the low ratings by filter, and every other low rating was using the word woke. So someone had to go in there and give it a low rating because they didn't like that pronouns are in there. And I just got to say, as far as the pronoun things, like Gez and I have differing opinions on pronouns, if, ands, or buts, right? Yeah. But I'm thinking, listen, mother effer, your preferred pronoun is he, him. Like, so like, why are you so upset that there's a lot to it, but I have a preferred pronoun and I want the people to call me he, him, or X-slut. That's all. That's fine with me. Excellent. Well, I mean, to give it a 1 score is like throw all the 1s and 10s out the window. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I'm pretty conservative in some elements and pretty liberal in the other. I think the pronouns are stupid, but if people want to prescribe to that, Asa will have a different view. I respect that view, by the way. I did not get triggered by it. I see the he, him thing and they, them thing, and I roll my eyes. I'm like, okay.
If you think pronouns are weird, wait till you find out about adverbs.
Bro, that was hilarious too when you said that.
What?
Nobody can explain what an adverb is.
You're making a reference to Kevin Nash.
I did not.
Look at the adjective,
bro. Did you see LA Knight's promo last night?
That was so good. That was so good,
bro. He threw. Oh my god. Sorry, we're wrestling heads here.
We need to get I need to get a pay-per-view or something because everyone's talking about wrestling. Americans are still hyped about it, and I'm like, I used to love wrestling.
Just go to my Discord. You're in my Discord. Just go to my Discord. When everybody's in voice chat, a wrestling show's on.
Yeah, I go in there. I'm in there all the time watching wrestling with the.
Shit! I want to do that. That's actually jokes.
Yeah,
there's always whenever there's a pay-per-view, my Discord has it.
Yeah. Okay, wicked. To chat, don't worry about it. I'm not having a go if you like pronouns. That's all on you, but you have to appreciate it. People have different views, man. And I'm trust me, I have the most diverse set of friends and group of friends ever. Like
the way I'm viewing it though is you can select them, but they don't actually do anything in the game.
They don't, yeah.
So I'm like, why even?
I mean, sometimes like
it's for role play.
I was doing a quest and the guy goes, "Are you really going to let him say that?" And I thought, "Oh, they probably recorded 3 versions of that. Are you going to let him say that? Are you going to let her say that? Are you going to let them say that?" But I even heard a character refer to me as them because they probably some lines there's like just put them because when I grew up in the 80s and 90s, we grammatically incorrectly said, they didn't pick up that mess in the hallway, and the teacher would say it's he or she, and we're like back in like 1987, we're like nobody talks that way. Like no one's gonna say he or she left a mess in the hallway if you didn't know who did it.
Really?
Fucking pronouns.
Oh yeah.
Pronouns.
JD. Well, he's very generous. $20, man. He goes, as more and more bangers hit the Xbox platform, I can see the casuals grabbing Xboxes left and right. So it's starting with Starfield, but will continue all throughout 2024. Hellblade and Fable. I don't ever see the Salt ending. JD, I agree with you. Like, I think the one thing, the Starfield thing has revealed a lot of people are insecure. But what it also represents is a potential. You can start to see it now. That the beginning of that cadence, because I don't expect Forza Motorsport to review badly. If it kills Gran Turismo in review scores, that's a big, that will almost make up for Starfield being on an 85, 86 Metacritic in the console wars. So there's that. Then you've got fucking Hellblade. Then you've got Avowed, and these games should be hitting pretty well. And then you've got Fable going to be this incredible title. I agree with you, JD. I think that would be incredible. The PlayStation's fucking roadmap, which I tweeted out, it looks dog shit because there is none. I'm not saying that they aren't cooking good games in the background. Sony are characteristically quite quiet, but still, it's hard to fucking be excited for it.
When you say that roadmap, I talked to somebody higher up that said PlayStation is in the same spot Xbox was in 2022.
I know who you said.
They were just able to carry forward the PS 4.5 thing for 2 years, and they were good as gold.
But they did
And those
also
games
get
are really good too. Like those games scored really well, sold really well,
Ratchet
and
is-
they were all built off of the PS4, which is amazing. So like they had that foundation. And now that they're scratching the Duncan Hines box open to make new games, they're like, oh crap, we got a long ways to
Insomniac's got
go.
Wolverine coming. That Spider-Man 2
Yeah.
looks really good. Like honestly, in my opinion, I think Insomniac has carried PlayStation this entire generation.
yes,
No,
yeah,
I think
majorly.
I
I think
what slowed
Insomniac
down-
was their best get, honestly. I really do.
I think what slowed down the momentum on PlayStation is when the fans were given the news that The Last of Us Factions is put on hold.
That
Yo,
That
you know what? Okay, so look, I think
MVG.
that was a play by Bungie.
really.
I
What
think
was
that
it,
was
bud?
I think that was Bungie specifically doing that to push factions away from Marathon.
Really? Nah, no way.
Marathon is
Bro,
not. I don't
what are you
think we're.
ta-
I don't
what are you-
think. I don't think we're
Bro,
close to
look
Marathon.
at
Dog.
what fucking happened. Factions gets delayed because Bungie goes off and says, "Nah, it's not going to be good enough." Turn around, Bungie's like, "Yo, check it out, Marathon. Hey, it's an online multiplayer shooter."
Yeah, but they
When
only
is
really had a
Marathon
CG
coming out?
trailer to show us, though, right?
Yeah, when is that coming
That's
out?
not coming. That's
Faction
not.
should
We
be
don't know
out
when
now.
that's coming out.
But okay, but what is the one game on a PlayStation that would pull people away from Marathon? Factions.
But Faction's supposed to be out now, Alex. It's supposed to be out like this year, next year. We're supposed to see
Factions
it.
Yeah.
is supposed to. Yeah,
was
and
not-
then
I don't think it
Bungie,
was-
and then what did Bungie say? Nah, don't no. Listen.
Nah, but you know
don't
what?
wanna put that out.
That reveals.
What you want to do is put
finally,
this out. You want to put out this.
there's a chink
Wait,
in the
so,
armor
yeah.
of Naughty Dog with this game. Like this is for the first time in a very long time. We're seeing Naughty Dog being very vulnerable after the Last of One remake.
What if
on
I told
PC.
you Naughty Dog was never actually a good developer in the first place?
Hey, you better watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Jack and Daxter, don't you touch my Jack and Daxter, bitch.
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog,
pretty
they're
lit.
amazing, but they also use 12 studios to make Last of Us 2.
Oh shit!
What? Really? 12 studios?
Yeah.
But hey, man, at least
Damn.
they did it with 343. You couldn't use it outside contractors.
Yeah,
to
you
do
could-
what?
Oh my god. Don't fuck
Yep.
343. I
Yeah,
enjoy Halo
yeah.
Infinite a lot more now, but goddamn can 343.
I want to
not
get. I want to
a
get back
project
into
off the
Halo
ground?
Infinite. When I played with you, Frit, it was so much fun.
Yeah,
I
the
just
game's
really
come a
can't-
long way, but when it first
has.
came out, I was like, how is 343 not fired and
I-
disbanded right
I
now?
didn't- Bro,
Come a long
I was
way
at the
like
front
that
line.
at launch.
Uncharted
Yeah.
sucks.
Delay it.
Uncharted
Uncharted's
doesn't
good.
suck, but with
Uncharted
Uncharted
4.
4, I gave it an 8 out of 10, which is high for me. But I said this formula is stale now. It's starting to get stale. But I'm surprised. Wait, guys, let's be real. Metacritic. I know you say it's irrelevant or not. Spider-Man 2 is probably going to beat Starfield when it comes to Metacritic score.
It's going to be an
Oh,
88
yeah.
or
I
89.
really hope the issues with Spider-Man 2, so the issues that were in Spider-Man 1 are fixed in Spider-Man 2. I hope they fix the side missions in the open world. I hope they fix the stupid fucking mini games, the jack off arm that you had to fucking control in the lab. I hope they fucking get rid of all that bullshit.
That was so
like
shit.
like
The
like if
self-section-
they fix
Forgot
the
about
open
that.
world of fucking Spider-Man 1 in 2, that is a big step up for that game because that's
Spider-Man,
really what
yeah.
fucked
They
Spider-Man 1
should,
up.
I mean, it's pretty much set up for them. And someone in chat says an 88 meta. The 88, 89, that's how
That'll
I
be
see
great
it.
for that game. If that
And I see
Spider-Man
it
2 hits in the
hitting that.
90s, 91, 92, that'll be fantastic.
That-
Because
that-
Spider-Man,
that means-
Spider-Man's going
that'll
to
be
be
great.
Spider-Man's going to be one of the most successful games of the year. I mean, like that's
Yeah.
no question about
Yeah,
it.
Spider-Man
I think so.
is fun.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got fucking Venom. You know,
But I will
this game's gonna fly off
But you did
shelves.
the Venom,
Yeah.
bro.
But I will say this though, and this may seem controversial, but I actually mean it. It's not because I'm constant warring. I just find Sony's stale open world, they're just-
Triangle. You're just
triangle,
pressing
and I'm gonna make that video. It's fucking. There's no like the audacity to. I saw on what was that podcast? Cross Mooch. I was gonna call it Cross Mooch. Mooch's
Crossfire.
podcast. Crossfire.
Yeah.
And they were complaining about what's that? Brap. He's such a cock. Anyway, he was just like
I
complaining
love
about.
Brap. I love Brap.
No, he just fucking annoys me.
gift that
Just
keeps
talk
on giving.
shit. But he was just like, as a big Bethesda fan,
They all
as
say
a
that.
big Bethesda, and they all say that. Then he complains about this fucking feature where you can pick up everything, which is optional.
Wait. He complained about looting.
Bro, he says Well, you can pick up everything in the game. Why? This was a cool feature last gen when it was a technical feat.
Hold on.
Wait, no,
hold
you
on.
can.
now?
You
Hold,
can.
hold on. Hold on.
You
hold
can
on.
pick up stuff.
Hold on. Wait. When you're playing Starfield,
Yeah.
and you go into a space outpost and there's bad guys there, and I put my hand out and lift everybody, and the staplers, the staple guns, the screwdrivers, the mugs, the papers, everything flies up with them and then drops down when their bodies do. You do not get that in any other, in a PlayStation game where you push triangle and it takes over for 3 seconds.
Wait, guess.
You push square, it takes over for 2 seconds.
So here's my question,
wait,
though,
wait,
because
I just wanna
I think
ask,
everybody's headed. Go ahead.
I want to ask Gaz. Sorry. So he said you can't pick up individual items in Starfield.
No, he said that's stupid.
You're muted again.
Oh,
Your audio's fucked.
you're muted again.
You're muted again. Okay. So my question is this, right? I'm only like 6 hours into Starfield because I'm doing like side missions and shit, and I haven't really fucked around with like a lot of the crafting. Can you take the regular items like staples, screwdrivers, stuff that does not have adhesive, and then craft that into those specific items?
That's one of the reasons why I don't give the game a 9 or a 10. Like,
because in Fallout 4 you could pick up like
anything
tape and bullshit, and you can craft it into like that.
No, you're talking about repair. You're talking about breaking down items for repairs. No,
you cannot break down items in Starfield, and I would say 50% of the items.
Why have it selectable then?
Yeah.
I don't know, unless they're planning on doing something, building the game later. But there are erroneous, like a half of the items in the world are just, they're for pennies. Like all you can do is carry them, sell them for pennies. On the dollar compared to the rest of the stuff.
People with encumbrances coming up because I think you can probably break those items down.
Well, I mean, I was playing a bunch of 76, which is a way better game than it used to be. But anyway, duct tape is so widely used in the game. And the first thing I did was picked up the space duct tape. I had like 15 of them. And then I come to find out they're worth like 50 cents a piece.
So you can't take duct tape and then break it down into adhesive.
You have to find adhesive from alien creatures or
stupid.
something else.
That's
really
fucking Rakanishu. That's fucking stupid. That shit fucking. There's no fucking shot. You're gonna be like, I need adhesive.
Though. I don't understand why they did
duct
that.
tape or this glue that you put in the fucking game, and I can't break it down into fucking stable adhesive.
I think
I did it in Fallout 4.
I know. It's dumb.
I think
that's stupid.
I think the reason why they did that is because in Fallout 4, the system. I think a lot of people are missing the system, but one of the reasons I didn't miss that system in Fallout 4 is because then you were hunting items down, because you would be like,
yeah,
okay,
but you got a scanner.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. It's like there's duct tape, right? There's duct tape, and that has adhesive, and then it would let you toggle so that it would be duct tape would be an item that is highlighted in the world when you're looking at it.
Yep.
And then before I knew it, it became duct tape hunting the game, right? And I was like, oh fuck, I was like,
yeah, but
I was getting a bunch of duct tape.
You do that anyway.
Yeah.
And here's the worst part, Alex, and this is why I don't give the game a 9 or a 10, because this is important to me. The things that you mod your weapons or your helmet or your spacesuit, there is maybe 9 different things you do, where in Fallout 4 or 76 you can do like 25 things to each of your items.
Layered items.
So
you have layered
crafting
armor
in that game should be so much deeper than what it is.
Yes, the crafting is
bullshit.
The crafting is what holds it back for me from giving it a near amazing game.
And the research
the fact that that's not there is fucking ridiculous. It needs to.
There's got to be a reason, though, right? For it, there's like, why would they put all that stuff in the world?
I know why it's there. It's because it's when you're in combat and shit and it's all flying everywhere, it looks really fucking impressive.
It does look cool, yeah.
It looks very impressive. Like I was in the Crimson Fleet, Key, and there's a pool table, and I picked up the pool cue. You can pick up items a day, and I just hit the ball and it rolled in, and I was like, oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You're back. You're back.
Just clarify, he was talking about just the abundance of things and that you can pick it up. It says, as a big Bethesda fan, why do you need to do that? This was a tech showcase 2 gens ago, but it doesn't need to be now. I'm like, the games don't even do it now because they can't. They don't spend the CPU time or dedicate the CPU to that. It's such a cool feature. So Matt saying, by the way, guys, in Fonz's show, you said it was a redundant feature. And this is how much you were listening to me. I was saying that you thought the docking mechanic was redundant. I'm giving you the point that people could argue that's a redundant feature. In my opinion, it's not. When you go and kill a planet, go to a planet and you kill all these people, go back, do 20 missions, come back, and they're still there. That's an important thing into the continuity of that world.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm always saying
only
that,
Bethesda does that. No other game does that.
Bethesda's interiors in this game are impressive as fuck.
Gorgeous.
I'm like, I know a lot of
great.
people. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people have problems with facial animations and stuff, but when I'm inside
Yeah.
the interiors, I'm like, there's
Like
not
the
many
inside-
AAA games out there. A lot of AAA games out there have impressive interiors, but it's all static. You know, it's not really.
Yeah,
interactive.
when you go into a spaceship, it looks like it was over processed and rendered, like post processed. Like you wouldn't expect that to be actually. You can stop, take a photo mode, or you can walk through slowly, and it looks like it was completely post processed after the fact. It's pretty crazy.
The physics of that game that they've done is much better. It's greatly improved from other Bethesda games. But like I said, like the crafting is not as deep as it needs to be. The facial
Correct.
animations to me don't fit right when they're talking to characters, which pulls me out of playing the game. The NPCs look weird. So like to me, like the crafting is like the biggest thing for me. But even then, like those things impact me so hard. Like for me, it's like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not a bad game. It's not a perfect game. It's a solid 8 out of 10, and that's perfectly fine for that game. But the thing is, like Bethesda should have taken the deeper. It's like they avoid trying to make a good RPG for some weird reason.
With 4 in this, in certain ways, yeah, I'd agree.
Like if you look at New Vegas, that's a fucking RPG. If you look at Baldur's Gate, that's a fucking RPG. Like there's so many deep mechanics that could have added for Starfield. Not just the shipbuilding, because the shipbuilding is fucking amazing. But if they would have taken that same concept into the crafting system, you could craft your own space armor, craft your own fucking guns, craft your own fucking bombs. Like that would have been fucking wild. But they didn't do that.
They
I'm
also
shocked
don't.
as to why.
The outpost building is also one of the reasons why. And I said it in my review. Like I ended the last 3 minutes of my review talking about all this stuff that you're complaining about. And I want to be able to, like when Todd's like build on any planet, I land on some cool planet. I want to set down floors, walls, and build this structure but you basically put down circle, square, or octagonal halves, and that's it. Like it's all vanilla. And I'm like, this, like even in Fallout 76 or 4, like you start to build this like little outpost and you just make it your own. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And
so it's just like predetermined shapes and stuff. You can't really have that freedom.
It is exactly like No Man's Sky, and that's what I don't like about No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky has these halves. You have
I don't like base building in No Man's Sky. I don't like
did a little
it's
bit
not
of
fun.
It, but yeah,
No.
It wasn't. Yeah, I thought.
And I'm not
going to
lie.
Embellished on.
I'm not gonna lie. People are gonna hate me for saying this one. I don't even really like space travel in No Man's Sky. To be real with you, it's
I like it.
It's I like flying.
It.
I like flying on the planets, right? I like flying when you're on, you know how you can fly over the planets in No Man's Sky. That's fucking cool.
That's cool.
That's tight. Or when it looks like you're landing, even though it's really just also loading. But I don't really like the long sequences in between getting from planet to planet. It's here in Starfield. It's like bam, you know. And
because the thing is, what they need is an FTL drive.
Yeah,
like that would have been that would have given that ability to do that.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's missing from me personally. I think that's
an FTL.
Well, what's missing?
What do you mean an FTL
too?
drive?
Like,
You have one.
So
faster than light drive.
No, there's faster than light travel. So like if they would have like given you an FTL drive that you could fly, like on your
because
like instead of just having it there,
feel like little skyboxes. They don't really feel like they have any. And I think it's just
it's because that scale is way too massive. Like I told people, it feels like when you go to space,
it isn't even that complicated if you look at it. If you just bastardize that and simplify it to basic, leave a little touches, I think they could have really hit that hammer. But I've talked about this ad nauseum, and people will be like,
Starfield feels like when you go to space, you feel like your ship is hanging by like a rubber band because you fly forward and it feels like you just came back to where because it doesn't feel like you go anywhere. But then a lot of peers proved that you can go, but you have to go for hours. The scale is so big. That's not a fun
even
factor.
When you get there,
that's not a fun factor.
PNG file is just she goes through the planet.
But if there's debris or there's asteroids, you feel like you're actually moving. It's actually
number
the theory of relativity.
Down. There is no depth. There's just a number ticking down. And
but it's the actual theory of relativity, guys, where
for me,
when you're moving at 4,000 miles per hour on your ship, it doesn't feel like you're moving because of relativity, because you don't see closer objects speeding by you, which in No Man's Sky, when you hold those 4 buttons so that you can
see the stars
warp,
turning the lines.
It's like you get that warp feeling. It's really cool. And I wish they would have done some of that in Starfield.
Yes.
I think they should have just added
absolutely.
proper transitions into going from planet to planet, right? Because honestly, I do honestly appreciate that I can be somewhere fast and not have to waste time, to be real with you. But because if I did, this game would be kind of tedious, because when I play Red Dead 2, I'm like, here I go, riding from here.
It doesn't have to be tedious, though.
It doesn't have to be tedious, but what I wanted them to do, what I would like them to do is have put like some kind of animation, or maybe even like the loading screen is like a mini game where you avoid asteroids of some sort, something short. I don't know.
A little 2D game.
No. I mean, like actually with your ship, like as it's loading, there's like asteroids moving, and you have some control of your ship.
They have a third-person camera that shows your ship running across the screen for 3 seconds.
That doesn't do it for me. It looks whack when it does that. Now, when you go into warp drive, it looks cool, right? But there's moments in Starfield where I'm like, I want to go from a planet, and your ship just does like this random transition where you just see it flying from an angle, and
and you're like, what?
Fades out, and I'm like, this looks stupid.
David Del Rio with the $5 super chat, because it's not a dystopia. You don't need to break down everything. Nobody's making their own glue in the future to counter.
That's not an argument.
That's not
an argument, because then why do I have the ability to pick those items up?
So you can sell them for pennies on the dollar, but there's something super. There's something super satisfying about grabbing these things, going to a workbench, breaking them down, and using that for something you want or you need. That's a really great game mechanic.
I will say, Starfield also has a lot of really cool display items, right? Like I've found some cool,
they do, yeah.
Like I found some.
They look amazing.
Have you guys seen the food?
Yeah.
Have you guys looked at the food?
Yeah.
There was a steak that this guy was eating yesterday in the cafe. I was like,
was it Dreamcast's guy's steak?
It definitely was not.
Like
it was cooked. It was not gray, and it was properly cooked.
Dreamcast guy's steak looked like the way Gaz likes his consoles.
No, undercooked, underdelivered. No sauce.
But Danny Passion Official with a $2 super chat. Jack Frag just uploaded an insane Starfield video. Well, we'll have a look at it. Phantom Sir with a £2 super chat. Colt doesn't ground his kids, he makes them play Redfall. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That is a horrible punishment.
I'm gonna go grab another
worst.
My kids are awesome. They didn't touch that game at all. They had no desire.
They're better than you already.
They're better than I am, yeah.
With a $20 super chat. As more and more bangers hit the Xbox platform, I can see the casuals grabbing Xboxes left and right. I've read this before.
Yeah, you read that.
Sorry, apologies. Spectre799 with a $5 super chat. Love and respect to you all here. We got a lovely group of people. Plus, I subbed to Colt Eastwood. He seems like a down-to-earth guy. Much love. Wow. Usually the other way around. But yeah, shout out. Thanks,
guys. Thanks a lot.
Shabs Inevitable with a £2 super chat that has no message. Oh no, it does. Gas feels scared and vulnerable. That was when I was naked, but that was a while ago. And Spectre again. I'm copying and pasting the same fucking super chat. Poxy, shout out to you for being 23-month member, one of the oldest ones. Alex is my favorite. My favorite is the angry pirates. Come in their eye and stamp on their foot. What?
Unforgiven is in the chat. Alex, it is Unforgiven.
It is so what's the funniest shit about Unforgiven is that only a few people know that he's actually my mod and my Discord manager. So when he trolls me on Twitter, people actually like attack him. And
I know, it's great. He deserves
he's
it.
Actually my mod.
Oh, I see.
Hey, don't feel bad about it, chat. Unforgiven deserves it. Don't worry about it.
Also, today is 9/9. It is the 24th birthday of the Dreamcast.
Oh, really?
Oh,
24th. How fucking old am I? Damn.
9999, baby.
How old do you think Dreamcast guy's hat is, by the way? I mean, have you seen how worn out that thing is?
That baby is 24 years old. That hat,
that hat looks some bleached tough up. I'm trying to use a little, not too many.
Are you sure it's
no,
sun?
curse.
Yo, okay, guys, if we can curse, do you want to show that? Do you want to show the heel versus babyface pronoun song? That shit was
I don't know how to do that with the StreamYard, man.
What?
He can barely keep his mic on.
Wait.
Yeah,
If you play,
He can barely keep his mic on.
If you play
I'm sure you can, but I'm just terrible at this, man. I don't want to fuck things up.
If you play something in a browser, will we be able to hear it?
I can share screen.
No, you don't have to even screen share. Can you just play something in the browser?
On StreamYard, you can share the screen. Just make sure all your NORP is minimized.
My NORP. Porn. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Your NORP. You know what they used to do back in the 90s? You would take a folder, right? You would turn it into you would then do like a
change the
special
icon
command where it was like Alt and then like number pad, like a specific number, and it would give it a blank fucking name. And then you would change the icon to a blank icon. So it would just be blank, and you could hide that folder full of your porn anywhere on your family computer.
I'm not familiar.
I thought it was adorable that you thought you smoked mushrooms.
Yeah, I know.
You know what's funny? I was like thinking to myself, oh, it's like a little puppy. You want to get high? I'll give you some weed, puppy.
I'm like, everybody knows you inject them rectally, but yeah. Hey, you know, the only I do have some saucy pictures of Gaz on the toilet on my computer.
Oh, it's so easy.
Oh, look at this.
Wait.
Tell me if that audio works.
Yeah, Gaz,
Okay.
go to Twitter. Don't play it on
I don't hear the audio. Maybe it's playing on the stream.
No, we don't hear your audio on the
stream probably hears it.
Chat, we might not let me know if you hear it.
I can tell. I'll tell you right now.
Oh my gosh, what is on your computer, bro?
All right, guys, go to Twitter.
No, I do not hear the audio.
Guys, go to Twitter. I shared the original piece.
Okay.
On my profile.
Why are you in your incognito mode? Why can't we see your search history?
Because it's private, and if the guy likes to buy drugs on the black market,
come up, and my WhatsApp will come up, and
he goes to terrorists101.com. You know, he wants to see his website. He just chats with a bunch of terrorists online.
Al-Shabaab.com. Where is but I don't know if the audio's not working. I don't know how I'm gonna get that sorted. Let me read these super chats as we're doing it. HCO, he's gone now to sleep. Thank you for the $50 super chat, just so I can put my shirt on and have some decency. Black Cobra with the $5 super chat. Have you guys heard that? Okay. Have you guys heard that the Stalker 2's dev's office caught fire?
Yeah, I heard this. Yeah.
Good news, nobody got hurt, but damn, they can't catch a break.
I feel bad for that development team, and honestly, if I were Microsoft, I would give them another 2 years or some shit. I don't know, because I'm okay with Stalker 2 taking its time. The developers' lives matter a lot more, and honestly, seeing the state of Stalker 2 right now, I would prefer if they took their time and focused on being safe where they're at, because it's going to be better for the game and better for them.
I think they should really not. I mean, they are a business after all, despite the war, so they got wages to pay. So unless Microsoft's fronting them some money, they probably have already, and just funding them, it's going to be like bleeding money, and it may not be a game that's worth the investment. You might think, well, that's really harsh, Microsoft, but you know, they're still a business. They're not a charity, so it's going to be. It's a weird one. So hopefully they're okay. I really want the game to be good. But let's see. Andrew with a $2 super chat. He goes, JSS is just a contrarian. Oh, Jim Sterling. Their game of the year. Their game of the year. It's not. Is Exoprimal.
Hey, I'll just say like that. You guys remember
the guy that total contrarian.
Yeah, the guy that did the whole rant about the pronouns. What was his name? The guy
heel versus babyface.
Yeah, whatever. That guy and Jim Sterling, like these people, you have to understand. Like the audience has to understand that these people are playing a character. Like they don't really hate.
Oh, Jim is playing a character. Yeah, that we know.
Fred, quite a few years ago, probably around the time you knew who I was, Top Hats and Champagne.
Shit, Fred.
You're a fucked up guy.
Yeah. So
All right,
Top Hats and Champagne went after me for talking about what I didn't like about PC and stuff. And he's like, "Hey, Colt, I'm doing this." He's a great guy. He's hilarious.
He's awesome.
He goes, "Hey, Colt, I'm going to do a video on you. I'm doing a live stream, and I'm going to make a video ripping on you." He goes, "Don't take it too hard. It's just what I do, and it's just a character I play." I'm like, all right. And I watched it, and I was laughing my head off. Like,
yeah.
But these guys that are like throwing a big fit about pronouns or throwing a fit about how they think Starfield's a 2 out of 10, they don't really believe it. I don't think they really believe it.
I don't think so either.
No, they don't. I mean, well, I will say Jim Sterling's
and
a
no
pro
one cares.
wrestler. Jim Sterling's a pro wrestler, okay? And in pro wrestling, you play to the audience.
Yep.
You play to the fucking audience. And Alex knows the game of pro wrestling, right? When you have a gimmick, when you have something, you play to the audience and you try to get the most of them riled up as you can on something.
Yep, especially if you're
because it sells you and it sells whatever you're putting out, and it works. So both of these folks were able to. They're basically able to get the internet to pay attention to them doing that, and it works.
And Branton Bottom in the chat, it's like, Colt, you don't believe half the stuff you say either. Like, there's a huge difference. Like, I enjoy the hobby. I'm having a good time. I like stuff. I talk about stuff I like. I rarely talk about stuff I don't like because nobody cares. Nobody cares about what if one guy can't stand something that everybody else enjoys. So Brampton, like, that's good. Come on, figure that out, buddy. Let's figure it out just a little bit.
Damn, Colt, I didn't know your voice could go that high.
Yeah.
Enrique
it goes that high when I tongue his asshole. That's what happens.
Brampton says the game is a 7 out of 10 at worst. Bro, you need to figure out how comparisons and things work. The game is a 4 out of 10 at worst. That's the lowest score it's got. That would be the worst. Pick up a Webster's, a Merriam, or maybe even like just any type of dictionary. Just figure out how things work, bro.
Figure out the English language.
Yeah, just figure that one out. I mean, you don't have to speak around the world. We can speak all kinds of languages, but logic and reasoning and just logical speaking, they work very simple. It's like a worldwide phenomenon. It actually makes sense.
Enrique Terrazas with the $5 super chat. Hello, you sexy himbos. Only Alex is the sexiest of them all. So, Gaz, who do you think is the pitcher and the catcher between Alex or Frit? Frit, I know Frit lifts as well. Who lifts more than you guys?
Oh, Alex. No, Alex definitely lifts more on average than I do. I lift only like about 3 times a week. I think Alex lifts every day.
Every day.
Yeah, he does. I do dedicated full body strength training.
CrossFit. Get the f
no,
out of here. You don't
no, I don't fucking I don't run. Alex, do you run? I don't.
No, I just lift faster.
I don't.
Alex, can you leg press me?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could leg press you easily.
I didn't even have to think. I can just look at you and say yes.
Leg press is different. Squats is different though.
I could squat him too.
You probably could, yeah. You got.
I'm not the tallest guy in the world.
I remember squatting out Gaz when he first joined this space.
Really?
You did
squatting out. Gave me birth from your ass. Rambling entertainment. Why I'm so full of shit. With a $5 super chat. Gaz, where's my source video? Fritz's last video was as short as a PlayStation $70 game. Oh shit!
But hey! It was a AAA budget. Come on.
My video is coming out tomorrow, by the way, so I've been working on it today. Nintendo under the Otaku with a $5 super chat. 10 of 10 has never meant perfect. Agreed. Every game can be improved upon, but I've had more fun with Starfield and Tears of the Kingdom than any game, even with their flaws. For him, it's a 10 out of 10, which is fair enough. Go Soldier with a 2112. Go Soldier 2112 with a $2 super chat. Frit is a discount back alley. We read this. Face 23.
Oh yeah, we did read that.
Yeah, we did. No game this gen, says Face, has so far surpassed Red Dead 2 in terms of visuals, attention to detail, and immersion.
I agree with that.
2 sucks.
I don't find RDR2 to be a fun game. but it is
not.
it is a
Immersive.
it is very immersive and definitely
It's very well done. Really good game.
It is still the standard. Like no one has topped what RDR2 has done visually at all.
Mechanically and just the depth
mechanically,
of it.
but when we're talking like as a game, oh my god, this game was
Red Dead Redemption was buggy.
Yeah.
No, it was not buggy at all.
No, I don't think so.
That was a polished game.
I mean, in every game you played has bugs in it, but I don't remember Red Dead 2 being considered buggy whatsoever. But it's been a while. It's been out 5-6 years. But yeah.
Well,
yeah, Deadly Headley with a member for 14 months. Happy Saturday, lads. Quick question for the panel. What has surprised you the most during your time with Starfield?
Okay, I think
it's got to be the environmental storytelling. In the first moon of Crete, when you get to Crete to fight the pirates for the first time, you can read the logs in the emails, and it talks about how they were making terramorphs in that lab.
Oh,
then a terramorph escapes, which are those little larvae that you see trying to attack you every now and then. And then if you keep exploring Crete, the terramorph shows up, and it has all there's like dead bodies all around it and stuff. And it's your level 2 and it's level 10.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. I haven't even done the terramorph.
That's the cool shit. That's the cool shit.
I found it randomly on the planet. It was fucking scary.
I haven't come across a terramorph, but I did come across a weird situation that I thought was unique where I landed on a planet and it was an ice ball and I was exploring for a bit, and then all of a sudden I come across what's basically, it looks like a volcano, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
but the lava's blue. So I was like, "Whoa,
shit!"
Oh, jeez, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, huh? You've seen blue?
I haven't
lava?
seen that.
Yeah. And I saw
like 150 hours.
Yeah, I saw like blue lava and shit. But also, what happened on that map is I started hearing like voices in my character's head, and all this was happening before I had my encounters with the Starborn. So it was interesting to I don't know. There's like these voices that were going in the character's head, and it was just going like that for like fucking 5 minutes. I thought my game was
crazy.
I thought my game was bugged, but you hear like voice, like you hear the character's voice, like voices of people and shit like that.
Damn.
And then I just kept wandering, and then there was like a random pirate fight. But again, my character was like stuck like this for like 5 fucking minutes, and I thought maybe this is a bug or anything. But then when you discover the Starborn and you learn more about, no spoilers.
You can't say.
Yeah.
Mr. 7 Digit says maybe you were just high.
No, maybe that's actually a high possibility.
I went to this. So every once in a while, I'll stop doing stuff that's in my quest log, and I went to this moon because it was orbiting around a Saturn-like planet, and I wanted to land physically on the side where I would get a good view of that gas giant with rings in the atmosphere. And so I land there, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I look over to my right, and it says there's a landed ship in the distance, like 300 meters. So I hustle over there, and it says it's a Crimson Pirate ship, and there's like 4 guys patrolling around the ship on this white sand moon, right? And so I have a power where I can sneak by them if I'm careful. So I use this power, I won't say, and I ran up the ramp. And normally, sometimes you'll go up ships and you'll go to their door and it'll say inaccessible, but it said board. And as soon as I hit the board, it was like, man. Oh. And you could hear the ruckus of the guys, like they're freaking out, and they're like, get them. And you could hear them making their way around. So I pull out this futuristic shotgun that shoots like electrical shotgun shells. And I'm like crouched around, and I'm like a SWAT guy, and I'm doing the corners, and they come around and just blasting these guys. I go into the cockpit, and there's 3 guys in there, and I go boom, and I lift them up, which you've seen in the direct this year. I lift them, and they're flying in front of their windshield inside the ship, and I'm like, boom, 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 and their bodies lay there. And I take a look out the front windshield, and there's my ship parked in front of theirs, like off like 300 meters. And I went and just piloted it and took it and sold it for like 20,000 credits. You can also go to the little storage basins, and they have a bunch of stuff in there, and they had like 20,000 credits total in 3 of their storage boxes of the ship, and I sold the thing for 15,000. So I was like, this is so cool, and all I did was come here to get a look at this gas giant that King Thrash says I can't land on.
Yeah, spoilers though. But yes, you can can.
good. That's so good.
You can fly to a gas giant in this game as a part of a mission. I don't want to give away.
Crimson Fleet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I'm on that now.
Have any of you encountered this yet? I encountered it last night, like late at night. But walking on Venus, you can feel the earthquakes of the planet.
Yeah. I came across a planet that had tremors.
Yeah.
That was weird. I was like, what the fuck is that?
There's tremors, and then you can follow like these little. It looks like there's like lava, right? Sleeping under cracks on the ground, and then you can come across like these craters like filled with lava and stuff. And like the ones I came across were blue colored on that but on an icy planet. But on Venus, I haven't come across any of those actual lava beds. But there's seismic like tremors and shit on the planet. Mm-hmm. I felt them, and there's this random cave I explored, and when I kept going lower and lower into the cave, gravity started. The gravity started changing. I was floating underneath that cave in like an open chasm, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, I've been going on like these random ass adventures. Like I know people say they're bored and stuff, but I have not really been bored once yet. I think the most bored I got,
I've not been bored in this game,
was landing on Pluto.
I haven't been bored at all. It's actually been a lot of fun. And honestly, like for me, like what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my time with it. And just fucking chill out and like get a little bit what's the word, under the influence, and then just play it.
That game is made for getting danked and playing that.
Dude, I play all the time.
Yeah.
Colt's
scared. And I'll say, playing this game under review, like I talked about an hour ago, with the 12 days wasn't enough. Like being under that duress of knowing I had to get to a certain point in the game and put out a review, it sucks so much enjoyment away from playing the game, because now that I'm playing it, I did do Game Plus, and now I'm just going out. I'm just branching out.
And
what I did not think I would like whatsoever is landing on a planet. I'm like, oh, this planet looks kind of nice. It's got big ferns and weird trees and little creatures and stuff. I'll walk around and the music's playing for me on Zur, and I just have my scanner out and I'm just scanning plants, critters, mining only the rocks that I need.
What you need to do is you need to keep doing New Game Plus over and over and over and over.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, bro.
Keep doing it.
The New Game
Plus. We can't say why. Yeah.
We can't say why, but there is a specific reason why you have to keep going.
Like has any other game done this?
More.
So I feel
Nier Automata is close.
Yes, Nier Automata. Okay. So I feel like
that's what Gene Park said, huh?
I feel like the more we share like these moments that we've had in the game, like what you've experienced, what I've experienced, or Colt or Alex, I feel like when we're sharing it, we're almost spoiling stuff, right?
Yeah,
because like I want people to have their own discovery. And I don't want to be like, dude, there is like lava, volcanoes, there is like fucking.
But everybody needs to see something different because there's so much stuff.
Like I came across I came across this random space field full of like floating bombs in space. Have you guys come across that?
I've never seen that.
Well, you guys have experienced some crazy shit.
So there's these bombs.
There's a lot of stuff.
So there's like this. It looked like I was flying, and it looked like a giant net in space. Like I was getting closer, and there's like these little red glowing dots on them, and like my ship touches, and boom! I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
"Dang, I didn't know that was in there."
I was like, "These space bombs? What are these things?"
Space mines? That's pretty cool.
Space mines, yeah. Like,
I wish they had a little bit more of that kind of stuff in space.
Another one is I floated into an asteroid field, and I was like, "Okay, this is cool," and all of a sudden I hear some enemy go like, "Gotcha!" And then like there's a spaceship hiding behind the asteroid that comes out. I'm like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" So that happened too. So there's been like, I don't really want to share this stuff because I want people to find it. I'm like, I feel like you're just giving away stuff. But,
and I would assume some of that stuff, since it's procedural, will happen to us in totally different systems.
Yes,
like we'll find something like that. But I say 150, but I think I'm close. I'm over that. It's ridiculous how much time I have in the game. To hear you name two things you thought were cool and I've never even seen it just blows me away. That's why I'm so mad that you can't build a custom structure on 8 different planets. You can do 8 different outposts. Like I would love to build a custom like house, maybe even fake my house on one of the planets and just really pour into it. And that they don't have that really bugs me, because this game, you can play it for so long. It's amazing.
Bro, I beat the game not knowing you could fly to a gas giant. I was like, what? I beat the game not knowing you could do that. I beat the game not knowing there was some volcanoes.
Let me catch up with these super chats.
Before you do, gentlemen, I appreciate it, but I got to go make dinner for the family.
Oh, I thought you
no
were
problem
starting
so
your
much.
stream. Aren't you streaming today, Alex? Or-
That's at like 8:45, bro. I got it. I'm a dad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I have responsibilities.
I can tell by the hairline. We got you.
Hey, now watch
You're
it.
balding. You're balding.
Look at that. Hey, Colt, can you do this for me? Do this for me real quick. Can you do this?
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, with this 5 head.
All right, y'all, check it out. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank
I
you
will
so
be
much for
streaming
coming on,
tonight.
man. Mad
I
love.
think we have a 7 head here. Yeah, we're
Okay,
good.
7 head. I will be live streaming tonight. If you guys want to come out and hang out there, but thank you guys for the invite. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you so much for
Alex,
coming on,
it's a
man.
good time,
Appreciate
man.
it,
Later, y'all.
Love it. Thank you.
So
man.
here's a Reddit post that saw what I saw: the space mines as well. Yeah, I'm not the only one.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw. See, I knew I wasn't high, and there's another player who also experienced a moment where they landed on a planet. They encountered a creature that was high level, but they also started hearing voices in the character's head. I experienced all that before I met stuff. I mean, goddamn, I really want to talk about the game.
I know that's the thing. You don't want to ruin the mystery.
I don't want to ruin people's discovery because this game thrives heavily on it. And,
but there's so many of those moments, like Fon says in the chat. There's so many of those moments in that game. That's why it's like Elden Ring. Like so many people posted boss stuff immediately without any care of spoilers, but that didn't ruin my experience because there's such an abundance of content, and I feel like Starfield is like that as well. There's so much that you will discover.
But
just
the procedurally generated stuff does feel very handcrafted.
Yeah, it does.
But
It really does.
So I have come across though now
repetition.
on a few occasions I've come across some copy pasted caves. And I've come across some copy caves.
The caves I don't notice as much. Like there's a couple space stations on the ground that you go in one of the I mean, you know,
I haven't been one in the
outposts. There's like a space outpost that you go in one of the main line faction quests or something, and I've come across that exact same structure. Like it looks almost identical, which you're gonna get, which sucked when you did it in Mass Effect 1. But my problem with going to some of those random outposts is you'll usually get toward the end and there'll be a couple of nice cases and some decent gear, but they didn't really cultivate any like mini story in the moment. When you get there, you'll find a guy named like Jim Sloan, you know, level 14, and you'll gun him down and you'll have a couple items on him. But it would have been kind of nice if there's like you go into you walk into a location, Fallout 4 or Skyrim, and there's always like a mini reason why you're there that comes up because you showed up. But there's still a lot to go.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Rambling Entertainment with the $5 super chat. Don't forget about Reforge Gaming, who has been moaning about Starfield and not being No Man's Sky, that he can't move his PC to the living room to pay.
No, to credit to Reforge though, like let's not get it completely twisted here. The guy is enjoying the game, and he does like it, and he has been defending it. And
nice.
Well, he's going tentatively because
but he does have his Spurg moments. So I can't say that.
You can't say that.
What do you say? I put my headphone on.
I can't say that word apparently. I mean,
hey,
Colt knows what I'm talking about on Twitter.
Can we talk about? We didn't get to talk about what happened with you and Angry Joe.
Oh, shoot! Fine. Okay, let's let it out.
Yeah, we gotta talk about it. Chat, you want to hear the story about Angry Joe and Fratinga?
Oh, do it, Colt.
Get us to 500 likes. Holy crap! There's been like 800 people here most of the time. Get us 500 likes, and Fred's gonna tell you the story about Angry Joe, the big YouTuber from the 2010s.
Okay. Oh God. All right. So Angry Joe stood up for his Dan Stapleton boy. Right? You know, Dan Stapleton, the reviewer we were talking about earlier with the questionable reviews. You know, at the end of the day, they're his opinions, whatever.
Yep. Very good.
No harassment to Dan Stapleton, but I don't think bringing up his previous reviews are harassment or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I look at his previous reviews, I'm like, that's questionable, but whatever.
Yeah.
And Angry Joe was like standing up for him, and he's like, honestly, I'm 6 hours in, and I agree with everything you said, Dan, right? And I thought 6 hours was fucking low, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, low? That's pretty low. I'm like, you only have 6 hours in the game. I was like, lame. And then I put out a tweet, right? And I was like, if you say like I only have 6 hours in this, and this is a good what was the exact tweet I put out?
You said if you put 6 hours in, you have no right to praise or criticize the game.
No, s'mores. I said, yeah, something like that, along the lines of that.
Because that's important that you said praise or criticize.
Yeah. I said if you start off a tweet that says I'm only 6 hours into Starfield, and then you want to give it praise or hate on it, yeah, I'm like, and so that's what I put out. And I guess I don't know how, but like, Angry Joe saw my tweet and he was like, "That's me," you know. So he quote tweeted me and he's like, "This is you when anyone criticizes Starfield."
Yeah.
Like,
and then he called him
and then I was like, and then I commented, I was like, wow. I'm like, I also said, praise, but he only focused on criticism. I was like, I also said praise, and Joe just like, whatever. And I screenshotted that. I'm like, this is what a Spurg moment looks like. And then he commented on that picture. So Angry Joe was watching my timeline.
It could be a Spurg. You're despicable.
And that's where the shit got hilarious, because Angry Joe was like, Spurg? What? Like Asperger's? Wow, bro. Oh my God.
Like the fake, in his mates in the background, they'll make that joke and he won't even flinch. On socials, he's like, oh, that's good. Last time I did that, you started choking on your bongs.
And then his followers started commenting, "Joe, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, he was getting roasted in the replies. Like,
he was getting roasted in the replies because he was trying to take the moral high. Like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah. So
it was more like, I was like,
right,
naughty, you can't say that word. I'm just like,
yeah.
And then it was funny because I was like, Joe, you're acting like a Spurg now. It's just like, I was like, but
yeah. I mean, that happens. Then I'm
surprised that's a word.
Mighty Keith as well on your case as well. You had him.
He did.
Oh,
Mighty Keith said something to you.
Oh, I posted a screenshot of I forgot the tech channel where they're showing that that Baldur's Gate 3 loads faster on PC than it does on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then Mighty Keith was like,
"Oh yeah,
gamer discovered for the first time in his life. Wow!" And then like people were pissed at me in the comments. I got cooked. But Mighty Keith ended up tweeting back at me. He's like, "By the way," he's like, "No beef with you. I got no problems with you or anything." He's like, "I just like,
dang,
call this stuff out when I see it." And I'm like, and then I tweeted back at him, "Oh, no problem. I had it coming for a long time. No worries." I deserve it. I deserve.
Yeah, in this space where you deliver so many like hits, you're gonna get L's here and there. It's coming for all of us.
But I was like, I had it coming for a long time. Like, it's all good. But
that was not so bad.
But I was laughing at how upset some people got at me for the tweet, because I was like, if Digital Foundry says it runs faster on PC, you're not going to tell them. When I say it, you're like, fuck you. I'm like, why?
That's the whole point but people don't understand the nuance behind it. But that's a standard.
I got to confess about me getting rode pretty hard the other day, because I put out a tweet that was sort of in bad faith, but people were downplaying that Starfield had 6 million people playing it in the opening day of its full release. And they were saying that wasn't a success. And they're like, that doesn't tell you how many people bought the game. Like, they're freaking out. Like, that don't count. Xbox, those aren't sales. And the people didn't buy the game. They could just load it up free on Game Pass. And I put out this tweet that said, PlayStation fans don't understand Starfield celebrating 6 million players means that if PlayStation puts out 4 exclusives this year, which they will on their platform, at $70 a piece, they'll make $1.5 billion in revenue, which is amazing. But I said, if Xbox puts 4 exclusives out on Game Pass with, let's say, 28 to 30 million subscribers at around an average of $12 a month, they'll make $4 billion. And I said, like, Forspoken, Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, and one other game. You're like, and then like Xbox had Hi-Fi, Redfall, Starfield, and Forza. Like, them celebrating 6 million players and breaking a record for Bethesda is a big deal. And the PlayStation fans trying to downplay that, saying it doesn't count, or it's not reputable as a market or as a market measurement. And I'm trying to say, right now, Microsoft and Xbox are making $4 billion a year from Game Pass subscriptions. They don't have to rely on sales alone. But what I didn't say, and why I get rode, because I got to admit that, is that I didn't say that I feel PlayStation probably makes another $5 billion just from their PlayStation Plus tiers. They have 3 different tiers. And they just hiked the price on them. So PlayStation makes $1.5 billion selling games, and then they sell another $5 billion in subscription services. So they're raking it in no matter what.
They're all making money, Cole.
They're all making money.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
the whole point of the post is
the
whole point of the post is, I'll just say this and end it, because a lot of people are mad at me, and it's not often I get people riding me pretty hard on a tweet like that because I said Xbox did something better than PlayStation. But the point is that Xbox is making a profit on Game Pass. They're not going to say what the sales are because they have a whole different way where they measure success in their games. And Bethesda's shouting it from the rooftops. And I don't need PlayStation fans telling me that doesn't count when they play a totally different game.
See,
where am I wrong?
So honestly, what I think Microsoft, the way they should actually start displaying these successes to people is like, this is how many new subscribers we gained since the launch of Starfield, right? That I think would be a measurement of success. That is like, hey, on Starfield's launch, like 500,000 people, new subscribers to Game Pass, right?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Right. But
for them,
but Bethesda is looking at the amount of people playing Starfield at the moment, and it's the most amount of people they've ever had play their game at launch, I think, in general. I think so. I don't know about Skyrim's numbers, but they have 6 million people who have opened the game and played it. That doesn't mean they beat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So they're like, 6 million. Yeah, well, how many of the 6 million are like still playing? And I was like, well, 6 million opened up the game. It's the same way they say, hey, we shipped 12 million units of Fallout 4. How many Fallout 4 units sold? Actually sold to people. You shipped that out. How did that sell? I mean, I'm not really answering your question, but I'm just going on something.
I mean,
else
ultimately, the whole point is, look, if you cut away the PlayStation, they're obviously not going to make as much money as they would because you're ignoring the biggest player in the console space. So there's that. But is it healthy enough to supplement Xbox? And it is. It's doing 6 million. They're doing really well. Their biggest launch. Don't expect it to be, remember but it's enough. More than enough. It's a wildly successful game.
Bigger launch than Halo Infinite. Sadly. To say sadly, bigger launch than Halo Infinite in that one.
I don't know if it was. Did Halo Infinite... Somebody said that to me this morning. They're like, didn't Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5 have more players in the first day or two? And I was thinking, by my memory, they might have. It might have been close.
10 million? Didn't Microsoft say 10 million players?
It's Halo. I expected to do more.
Yeah.
And it was free to, and Halo was free to play too. On top of that.
Yeah,
that's true.
But
it also had big numbers when people paid for early access. So that was pretty crazy too. Like they had a really successful number of people that paid extra instead of waiting for it to be free. So
I mean, all I know is that I don't work the business side of Microsoft. I don't work for Microsoft. I just benefit off the service. So I don't really. I don't really focus on this stuff as a person who just uses the service.
I really don't care about the sales as long as it's successful enough to maintain.
Yeah. I'm like, give me more for my money is what I am.
People are mad at that tweet because I'm like talking about how much money that the corporations are making, but like it's literally in response to how people are saying that Starfield's a flop, like, and that they won't say that.
No, it's far from a flop.
That's why I called out Portorock. It's just like, hey, by the way, what's going on? And one thing you'll notice, the PlayStation guys, the biggest exclusive more than exclusives, sales. They are fucking obsessed about sales numbers. Like the metric always changes. It's always sales, or then it'll be Metacritic, and it's just like the goalposts keep shifting. But the sales thing is so lame. It's so lame.
I've told you, when you're a loser in life, you cling to the winning team so you can feel like you've got a W. So that you're part of something that's a win. We see it all the time. A guy cries on a train because he loses in life, but he has to cling to that winning banner, that team, PlayStation, that has the W. And you hear these guys say things like this, Frit. They'll say, we sell 3 times more games than Xbox does. I'm like, we?
Yes.
We?
Bro, that's why
I'm on Microsoft's payroll and I've never said we.
I think of that big Lebowski clip. He's like, it's a we.
Wait,
Hi,
yeah.
the royal we.
Yeah, I mean, somebody was coming at me the other day, or like yesterday on Twitter, and he's like, "We sell more games. We sell 3 times the games that Xbox does." And I didn't see it because I had the guy muted. Somebody was like David VGS in the chat. He goes, "We!" Laugh out loud, and I'm like, "What's this?" And I look and I open up the muted comment. I was like, "Oh my gosh, imagine that guy."
Yeah.
I don't get, like, do these guys ever like take their tweets and show their girlfriends and say, "Honey,
Girlfriend,
look what I wrote."
Come on, well, first of all, you're going too far there. And
I mean, what I meant to say. Hold on. What I meant to say. Do these guys ever take their phone and show their anime pillow? Like, look what I tweeted.
Exactly.
A lot of them. It's kind of crazy, right? Because a lot of them really ride your ass hard, Colt.
They do you know why they hate Colt? Is because he's positive and he fucks them up on the things that they care about, like sales and numbers, and they hate.
I have a literal screenshot of Yoshida saying that console sales do not measure the success of the brand. It's all about monthly active users. Right next to the same quote where Phil says we don't count the console sales because monthly active users. Now that's a corporate way of saying we really care about how many people we bring in. What he's really saying behind the scenes is we make far more money on residual residue streams from subscription services than we ever do from waiting for someone to buy a $70 game or waiting for a console sale. Now, PlayStation have the benefit of making a lot of money off their consoles, and their games sell really well, so they get to do both. Now, Xbox has to do kind of a different model. They put their games everywhere, and they get these people on this monthly debit, and it's great.
Well, I mean, it
doesn't help me.
It's just, I don't really know. For me, what I noticed, what it is like, well, I mean, we can all agree here. Like, PlayStation is massively much more successful than Xbox, right?
Yeah, they're
massively much more successful than Xbox in game sales, console units, revenue. They are the bigger brand in the gaming wise, right? Not corporate.
PlayStation is synonymous with gaming. It's like saying tissue and Kleenex.
Yeah. PlayStation is huge. It's a far bigger one. But I guess that's just not enough for some people. I guess that's not enough for some people. I guess they're like,
we out here,
must take this to the internet.
We out here with the most popular, the game of the year contender with the best selling, but I'm miserable and I'm on Twitter telling people to stop enjoying Starfield. Yeah, it's
like, hey, bro, I'm like, you guys have the biggest console brand with the biggest, highest rated games of all time. Why are you looking over the fence? Like, what are you doing? You're looking over the fence. Like, what are they doing over there? I'm just like, bro.
Can someone explain to me? I'm going to put it here. Yeah. How the fuck does Saltiest Gaming have a following? Like, that is absolutely shocking to me. This guy has been absolutely embarrassed. He's fucking been destroyed.
Bro, does he not? Hold on. He says, he says,
that goes to show you that the PlayStation content bar is so fucking low. You can be the biggest twat and you can still have a following.
Gas. He says, is an 85 on Metacritic game of the generation
I'm
material.
It right now, the screen.
Right. He's got it on the screen, right? He says, is 85 game of the generation material. Now, would he tell you that Death Stranding or Ghost of Tsushima or these other games are like game of the generation, or they're amazing games or game of the year? That's crazy. An 85 is literally where PlayStation's first party content funnels down and averages out. An 85.
It's funny.
He goes, imagine how low the scores would be if it had 120 reviews like big PlayStation games. And this guy fucks him up. It has 125 reviews.
It's proof that these guys can't see beyond the plastic. Like, that's all they see. That whenever they see the word Xbox, they only think of the console. They forget that Xbox is built upon the PC and the Xbox console. They're everywhere, and they can only see that. They look at that number only on Xbox. It's crazy.
Do you believe Foxy Gamer's grift? Because for 1 second, I do not believe
he's loving
this
the
guy.
game, isn't he?
No, well, here's the thing. If you haven't noticed, Foxy Game UK's views have shot up since he's done the grift. So yes,
that's why he's done the grift.
He is grifting.
He was getting fucked.
And I've noticed, I think Reforge is doing it too, complimenting Starfield, because let's be real, the game is actually good.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Let's fucking be real with the internet. You take away the political bullshit. You take the console wars away. We got a flawed but very, very decent game here. Very good game.
That's a good way of describing it. It's a flawed game that will be regarded as a classic game.
Honestly, me guys, you and me thought the same thing, and I was thinking this last night. I was like, this. A few days ago, I was like, this game is probably gonna go down as a classic in a few years. I guarantee you. 4 years from now, kind of like with New Vegas, people are gonna be like, "This shit was good." It's not the role playing levels of Vegas.
New Vegas was so flawed, and it was like almost a 6 out of 10 when it launched.
Yeah,
and I loved it to death. Now, I don't wear rose-colored glasses when I look back on things, but when I think about playing Skyrim, we all felt like the melee combat was trash, and what were some of the complaints about Skyrim? Like, I loved it to death, and I had my complaints, but it doesn't change that I think Skyrim was fantastic, and I loved it, and I couldn't stop playing it. But we all look back and say, "Oh man, that melee combat felt like you're just swiping through people," but we still loved it. And there's things with Starfield that
I go back and I play New Vegas, and people like I saw Ackman like tweet out. He's like, "I want this remastered." You know. If he wants to, that's cool. But I was like thinking to myself, I tweeted, I was like, I don't know, I kind of like the jankiness. I like it. It's charming. It's just charming of its own stuff.
The way your character, when he dies, he flops back with straight legs and just lands on his back. The way characters run and
move, the funny stuff that the engine couldn't do, that they tried to do anything,
God Emperor Sofa King, I don't know if you're there, but thank you for the $2 super chat. Goes, Marathon kills factions easy. Marathon has the potential to do it's a multi-platform Bungie, but Marathon, for Bungie to latch onto that IP, that classic name, they should be cooking something great. Even though it used to be multiplayer centric, I'm a bit disappointed it's multiplayer only. But at the same time, I'm also very excited. I also wish it was exclusive to PlayStation, because I think it would be really good for the industry in terms of competition, but it's not. Fonz Gaming, shout out to you, man, for the $2 super chat, because y'all are having way too much fun. That's what happens.
I've been having more fun with the game than I've been having on social media.
I know. And that's a good sign.
When I was messaging Gaz about the game and stuff, he couldn't give away too much details. But I felt he undersold me the game in DMs. I even, he was like,
he told me
the way he was talking about this game in DMs. I was like, oh man, he doesn't really seem like.
I didn't want to I'm quite a harsh critic.
I was like, but when I mean undersell it, I mean he was just Gaz is really critical on games, right?
Yeah,
he's very critical on games, but he can enjoy something, right? But he presented the game to me in a way in DMs that it made me think, I was like, this sounds okay, I guess, right? And then I played it, and I was like, oh my god, it's so much better than I was.
I also don't want to overhype it and then ruin your.
Yeah, he did not overhype it for me. All he told me is like, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I like to do that.
I want to have more than just a good time, but then when you're having a good time, you're like, this is where I want to be.
I want you to enjoy that, because if I do it, then you'll be like, oh, and I hate that feeling of instilling like disappointment in people as well. Plus I'm a bit harsh. I say harsh critic. I follow Edge's formula, Edge magazine, and they're seen as harsh, but I used to read a lot of magazines, man, a lot of publications in the review space, and I feel like the publications now give away the 9s and 10s way too easy. I just feel like
you do. I feel like they feel like they're limited on how many 9s or 10s they can give out.
Nah, I think there's too many 9s and 10s, man. I feel like there are too many 9s.
I mean, honestly, I've played some games this year that like Baldur's Gate.
What the fuck does Deathloop get?
Baldur's Gate 3 gets big 10 out of 10s, right? But then I'm playing it, I'm like, there's some fundamental isometric RPG elements missing here. You can't even fast forward combat in BG3, right? And and I was getting a little more critical of BG3 for a second when I was playing, but then I started really getting into it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it down and play it with a friend instead. And I played it with a friend, and I did another play. I started another playthrough, and we were just having such a good ass time, right? Such a good ass time. And I'm like, I can see why people give this a 10 out of 10. But I've also seen how Act 3 gets, And then I question those 10 out of 10s at times, you know. So I question a lot of the 10 out of 10s with Starfield because I'm like, there's no way you can give a game a 10 out of 10 with its performance like this. You know, it's not. By the way, though, first Bethesda game I ever beat without any mods. Game just didn't break down.
My
on
first
me
ever
ever.
Bethesda game I've completed. I played them and I
really.
Yeah, I played them.
I
and
mean,
I
don't even like the stories very much in Bethesda games. Like Fallout 4, I hated the story. The story quests were I hated them. I just wanted to be out in the wild, and then I get this actual really great narrative story that actually means something and goes somewhere. And I thought, this is really cool. And my complaints about the game were really about the low level of crafting and building, and
I don't care about that much,
and how you don't feel like you're immersed in going out into space and back.
That's the one for me.
But like the NPCs, the low grade NPCs, like that stuff doesn't bother me. Even if there was jank or bugs, which there aren't very many of, really, like that stuff usually doesn't bother me when it comes to how much you enjoy a game. I'm just like Gaz and I didn't give it a score, and I was pretty harsh in the last quarter of my review, where a lot of people, because I'm thinking when I'm making this review, some people are going to listen to me complain about crafting and building and say, I don't give a flying crap about that stuff anyway. And so they can hear me critique and they can say, okay, I don't need to worry about that. Everything else, that's what I care about.
Yeah.
And then Gaz and I didn't give it a score.
That's
and
what annoys me about it. Yeah.
In the end, I gave the game an 88 on my podcast the week later because I didn't want to put the score that I calculated out based on 4 criteria. I didn't want to give that in the video because that's all anybody would care about is what's the number. And Gaz and I think we were smart to do that. Especially the way that we feel about numbers.
I don't bother. Because I don't think people understand numbers. People just hone in on the number. They don't. The gaming community, because of Metacritic and all this discourse and obviously console warring and all of that, they're just not equipped to understand. I've had this struggle for years. When I gave the Order 1886 a 4 out of 10, I had the ponies come after me. Goes, how could you give it a 4 out of 10? It's not broken. I'm like, why?
They base the quality of a game solely off its presentation.
Yeah.
Right. And its pizzazz.
Like, or their allegiance.
Yeah,
the
like, ponies were like, "Oh, it's such a beautiful game, and listen to that. Look at the graphics." I'm like it's not broken. 4 out of 10, and someone got death threats, and I'm like, "Bro, are you fucking stupid?" I don't care about the death threats. I'm just laughing at them, but I'm like, this thing actually frustrated me. I was like, "Oh, who made this rule? You're not the arbiter in deciding a 4 out of 10 is relegated to a broken game. How do you constitute a broken game? How many features and functions have to be inoperable to constitute a broken game?" They're so dumb. So I just don't bother with the score, because the score just, even though I will use Metacritic to discuss things generally and compare it and console war and all of that, but when it comes to actual, but that's the thing though. I like, even my review at that disclaimer, I feel like even all my console warring, even if I play a PlayStation game, I'm very strict when it comes to my actual, people won't believe me, but I will give every game a fair shake. And I have a tough criterion on everything, on myself as a Gaz. Pull the nonsense away. What's good about this game? How are you qualifying fun? How are you qualifying impact for this game when you're assessing something like Game of the Year? What is it doing that its peers are not doing? What can, and there's a constant monologue in my head. At the same time, not trying to over-engineer everything so I don't actually lose the spirit of enjoying the game. So despite all my console warring, people were like, "You're such a pony," because Halo, when I reviewed it, I was critical, and with the Starfield, I was critical. But if you don't believe me, that's absolutely up to you. But for those that will listen to my words, know that in this space, I don't think there are many people who will have that internal monologue. I'll break my back to make sure I give a review in earnest, PlayStation exclusive or Xbox exclusive. And if you can't see that with Halo, with this, then I don't know what to tell you. But this whole thing, and everyone in chat is getting really fired up on the scores. Yeah. Ultimately, look what happened with Sea of Thieves. Despite its middling review scores, it made massive impact. Look at Starfield. Starfield is just creating waves naturally. Some games, yes, of course, it affects perception and it can have a negative impact on the game. But Starfield is not that game, because Starfield is naturally causing a lot of people to enjoy that game. The word is spreading and everyone is knowing about it. So Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
the world doesn't hate Starfield. Okay.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't.
I'm glad that that's where we're at. The world doesn't hate Starfield. The world likes it and enjoys it.
It's just
That's all that
an
really
outlier.
matters. It's
It's just an outlier, and people told me you don't know what outlier means. I'm like, it's literally an outlier. There are very few low grade scores, and it's not an average 7; it's an average 8. And now we know it's an average 8 to a 9. What was it on OpenCritic? It was at 87.
87 on OpenCritic. It's a good game. It'll be considered as a classic. It has fundamental flaws in it for a lot of people, but ultimately, if it's right, this is going to be an instant classic.
I think a lot of people are going to
enjoy it.
A lot of people are going to look. I guarantee you, the next big promised RPG that's coming out flops. People are going to do what they're doing with Cyberpunk and Starfield now. They're going to be like, whoa, but look how much better Starfield is than the current flop. You know what I mean?
You know how that's a good point.
Yeah, you know how Cyberpunk. Remember how they trashed Cyberpunk. Remember how they trashed Cyberpunk.
On the point of Cyberpunk, that new expansion that's going to come out will challenge Starfield a lot as well, because CD Projekt Red are going all out with this. This is a full. They're really gutting this thing.
They are, yeah.
So
but
they might be in a conversation with Starfield.
Yeah.
About,
those two games are closer than a lot of people think in terms of how similar they are. They're very, very similar concepts and ideas, but the role playing is about the same too. It's like a streamlined but enough depth for the players to play around with stats and things,
Yeah, I mean, Cyberpunk had big issues that I was critical in this review as well. Very similar to Starfield. I'll tell you one thing that's very similar to the space travel thing, and I was actually really like side-eyeing some of these publications who gave it 10 out of 10 technical prowess and all this bullshit. I was like, you sold the idea of this Cyberpunk city. The AI was terrible. The world didn't feel believable, even though the world landscapes were beautiful. Very similar to Starfield, actually. And one of the big problems with that game was that game focused on a lot of body modifications with that very Deus Ex, mankind, that kind of stuff. You could change your eyes. If you see what Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the anime, is so good. Please tell me you watched it, Frick.
I watched it. It's masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. It really is from that studio as well. And that anime, what it did, what the game didn't do, was sell you the idea of these body enhancements that you were selling, like you were changing your body, which I find that so intriguing. And this is how CD Projekt Red marketed it. But guess what? Just like Starfield, what does that mean in the game? You go to a menu, optical, change your optics, done.
Yeah, it's
I've just fucking done it in a menu. I've just changed my arm.
Yeah. There's no operating table animation.
You sit there and then that's it, done. It's like
when you see how implants are done in the Cyberpunk anime, you're like, they could have shown that in the game,
bro.
They could have had an animation where the splicer like sits you down and is like, all right, let's open up, right? But
do you remember Quake? Did you ever play Quake 4 when they had the torture scene where they're turning into the Strog or whatever they call it? That was one of the rawest scenes at the time. You're first person, you're strapped into like a conveyor, like a machine, like in software, man. They put you in this conveyor belt and they're turning into the Strog or whatever they're called. And then you see, and they're just chopping, a saw comes in, cuts your arm, cuts your legs, and you're screaming as your body's just being like in a meat grinder. Like the enemies don't care. They're like freaking robots, whatever, the aliens, whatever. And Strogification, the Strog. And then they just came in and replaced that. That was such a hard-hitting scene. Now imagine Cyberpunk, like you're getting rid of your flesh. That should be a spectacle. The game was selling you this idea of the future, and you relegate that to the menu system. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just get rid of it. And the anime was so good at that. At the end of it, no spoiler. Well, if you haven't seen Edge Runners, at the end of that main character, the way he ends up It was like, yo,
he was night and day. He was a different person.
fucking different person. This is
I mean, they had
person.
that part where you sat down with the guy Rick or whatever, the guy that first like gives you your augments when you kind of get this game started, and he gets your arm set up, and you're kind of feeling like oh man, can you imagine if somebody's gonna tear into the tendrils of your arm and start placing metallics in there? But then it happens behind a menu. But like when I think about Cyberpunk, that city was so beautiful. You drove by this massive city, and you couldn't really go to anywhere in it, and it felt empty.
It had a lot of explorable interiors. I mean,
it did.
I enjoyed. I was
only one
few
studio
people
that could deliver on the promise of a Cyberpunk
Rockstar.
open world game. It'd have to be Rockstar, right?
I was one of the few. I was one of the few out there that was enjoying Cyberpunk when it came out, because I just gotten my 3080 for this game, and it was worth every penny for that game.
Bro, so that's funny that you said you got your 30. I actually remember you getting your graphic cards around that, and I have a 2070 that's still that I'm using, and I chose to play that with ray tracing on, and that my average frame rate was 2030 to 40 FPS. And I'm just gonna,
I want that credit you have in your hand, by the way.
Yeah, this thing.
I love the look of the credit. This is what I get.
Unfortunately, it comes with a smartwatch that lasts about 1 day before it has to be plugged in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw Reforged Gaming has the watch. He was wearing it on stream.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right now. Oh, both wearing it.
Oh my god! I'm a no, but I don't have any cool stuff.
Well, and we spent what 220 on that thing.
See, that's no. Well, so what I instead spent my money on was actually buying the game for a few people. Because there's a few people that wanted Starfield, so I bought a few copies for a few friends and some of the Discord people. So I spent quite a bit buying several copies of Starfield, but
nice, man.
I found it worth it. And everybody, not everybody, the majority of the people I bought the game have been enjoying it. But there's one friend who's like, "It's okay." He's like, "I was like,
one of my friends saying that."
He's like, "Oh, it's all right. It's not up my alley. I'm not into games where you have to do a lot of talking." I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. I mean, it's not a game that the core missions, but a lot.
No. There's a lot of talking.
There's a lot of talking, and if you don't like listening to that, if you'd rather get on your phone while the characters start talking, you're gonna lose most of the enjoyment of the game.
I pay attention. I'm always paying attention.
Yeah, you have to because when you pay attention to the characters, you get sucked in because. Like I was saying, like the way the characters' faces move, like I had Andrea as my companion, and she would wrinkle her eyebrows and narrow her eyes, and like it just lends. And plus, the voice acting is really superbly done on almost all the main characters. So much better than
previous Bethesda games. I haven't had.
Well, you're a big Fallout New Vegas fan, Frit. I know you'll know this reference, but you get to Novak.
This
guy runs out and he's like.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite.
He goes like this. He runs up. He goes, "Yeah! I just won the lottery!
Yes!
Woo-hoo!
Yeah!
I'm so excited! I'm gonna live, baby! It's amazing! Look at me! Woohoo!" And because they don't have like
my god!
You know what I'm talking about, right? Sorry if I blew out your guys' earbuds or whatever with that yelling, but it's a moment where you're like, most of the time the character's really good, but that guy, it's supposed to, his face should be going, woo, and like this, but they don't have that facial animation for Fallout New Vegas. So this guy's like selling it in the studio. Like your only job is to play this guy who gets picked to survive from the Caesar's Legion, and you're when you're playing the game, you're like, yikes, that's really bad. Really bad.
It was like I was just playing the game when you did that.
Yeah, bro. I beat the game like 4 or 5 times. I love the game. I mean, bro, I love the game. It's my favorite.
There's this guy, I don't know why he's annoying me so much. He goes, "Oh, you didn't even play the game. You have 3 days gameplay. We only have 7 achievements."
Who?
Some random fucking idiot. But I'm trying to on Twitter, and I'm like, fucking, do you not understand? Achievements were broken for people who had the review copies. Here's the thread. Here's me, you ran, didn't fucking achieve. He's like, "Oh no, but you didn't play the game." I'm like, you fucking, like, some people are fucking stupid.
Bro,
like,
some people get breastfed for so long.
Well, some people should have been aborted at birth. Anyway, Nintendo Otaku with a $2 super chat. Super Mario Wonder will outsell Spider-Man twofold. Probably not.
Say that again.
Nintendo on the Otaku says Super Mario Wonder will outsell Spider-Man by a factor of 2.
I believe it. I believe it.
I don't know how the Mario games actually sell other than
Nintendo games are the only things that can outsell a Marvel IP.
Yeah, true.
They're the only things. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, Nintendo.
Let me look it up real quick. What?
I mean, it wouldn't like. It would be
By the way, guys, I wish you guys would have told me my mic was too loud. I'm feeling terrible here. Like, holy shit.
Was it? Your mic sounds fine.
I was yelling into your guys' ears the whole time, and I was like, "Oh my god, is my mic too?"
No, I don't.
No, it's fine to me. Chat is Fritz mic okay? Sounds okay.
Okay, all right.
Me.
Okay, well, a Colt.
Super Mario Odyssey sold 26 million copies. Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales combined sold 33 million copies. Shit. I would say Super Mario Wonder might match Spider-Man 2, but it's a 2D Mario, and Super Mario Odyssey was a pretty big deal. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know about 2.
Huge. Nintendo games are massive. I mean, like Pokemon is like Spider-Man will never meet the sales of like Pokemon, right? I mean, like, and that Spider-Man is a big intellectual property. It's huge. Mm-hmm. I think it's Sony's it's their highest selling game, isn't it? Spider-Man.
Yes, it surpasses God of
War.
War.
Like 20 million, 30 million, isn't it? Like 30 million. It's a huge game.
Yeah.
But Nintendo games, like every time you think you have a smash hit, you have to be reminded you're not a Nintendo game or you're not Grand Theft Auto, or Call of Duty. Like those games sell insane, and sometimes you forget how small in comparison the franchises you like are. So that's when you have to grow up and realize sales don't fucking matter.
That's right.
You're just like, wait, but I like these games.
Like I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed Dead Island 2, and I have no idea how many it sold. It does not matter to me. Like, and it also didn't rate all that great. It was like a 75 or 78.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. You gave me a hard time in 2019. When I did a video about how
he remembers the year.
It's like I remember. It's like, all right, Frit, my turn.
Yeah, of course. I remember because I remember the video, and I remember it was after Crackdown came out and Far Cry New Dawn, and there was all these Anthem had just come out. There's all these big games that came out, and they scored horribly. But I knew all these people that said, I'm loving Anthem or I'm loving Far Cry New Dawn. And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with you. And of course I was liking Crackdown. So I made this video about how you can't just use my Metacritic as a singular source of whether you should buy a game or spend your time with it. And that's way back then. I said in 2019, I said, you got to use a friend, a reviewer you trust, and Metacritic, and combine that to decide what you're going to do. And
we all made a video for it, and we all roasted
you busted me for damage controlling Crackdown 3, which I was doing in that video as well. Like, I really like Crackdown 3. It's 6 out of 10, but I really like it. And you called me out for damage controlling. But when you look at the thumbnail that I made, it had Anthem and Far Cry New Dawn and Crackdown, and those games are like, everyone can say, hey, those games are trash. And so anyway.
Yeah, well, I forgot about the damage control part. But sorry, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say it's the damage control. Like the point may be valid, but it's the timing of it. So when those comments come out like with
of course,
it seems like damage control.
What Colt is saying there about Metacritic score still holds true. I mean, he was right back then about it, but that video was a little damage controlling for Crackdown 3. Which
I mean, if you're gonna spend $60 at the time for a game, you can use Metacritic as one of your litmus tests. And if a game is a 6 out of 10, maybe you don't need to ask your favorite friend or your favorite reviewer. Maybe you don't even need to bother. And I think that most games that are 7 or below, I think the majority of people who pay attention to things like Metacritic would look at that number and go, yeah, I'll wait till it's $20. And you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
But then I hear people say, oh man, I just loved Gotham Knights. It was so fun. And I know it's not a great game, but I'm glad I played it. Played on PC.
That game. Go Soldier 2112 with the $5 super chat. Spider-Man 1 is the only highest selling PlayStation game. Is the only one besides God of War Ragnarok. It's the only PlayStation game to do double digits. So yes, Insomniac is carrying. This was earlier to Alex's point, and I think we can all agree Insomniac are carrying, but God of War Ragnarok adds another, that deserves its flourish.
Wasn't Ragnarok your favorite game last year, Cole?
Was Ragnarok my favorite game?
Yeah. Or was that?
I got over halfway through it and gave it up. I got tired of doing some of the stuff.
I haven't gone back to it.
I forgot who it was. There's an Xbox guy. He's like, this is actually my favorite game of the year.
Oh, no,
yeah,
Dealer finds a game of the gen 2018.
He got. I don't think it was Dealer, but like, was it Dealer?
Spider-Man 2018 was my favorite PlayStation game of that whole generation. But I also loved to death Red Dead 2 and Forza that year. So
Ghost of Tsushima doesn't get its flowers more. The score was weird to me. Alvin with the $5 super chat. Spider-Man won't even win NPD. It's launch week. Mario's coming for its ass. It's not going to be able to withstand the other heavyweights this year. I don't know. Sony's put a lot of effort on it, but Nintendo's Nintendo, man. You can't sleep on Nintendo. So yeah, there is a.
What does he mean? That the PlayStation consoles won't win NPD or the game sales?
Spider-Man won't win NPD. It's launch week because Mario's coming for its ass at that same week.
No,
I'm
not trying to pick sides. I think Spider-Man will do better than Super Mario Wonder the first week. Yeah. That's just my guess, but it may be really close.
Anything Super Mario is just guaranteed to be in the 20 of millions of units sold.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, even if it's the most shallow of Mario games.
Just the name is just Nintendo's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The funny thing about the review scores is like Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima were, sub 85 and they got nominated for Game of the Year. But I'm not saying that Starfield needs to be nominated for Game of the Year. And I've said for a couple months now that I don't even think it will because the year's too packed. I think that, you got Sea of Stars and you've got Final Fantasy 16.
No.
You got a bunch of games that are going to be darlings that are going to get nominated.
I thought you were as well. I was like, what the fuck's going on there?
I was like, Colt, you okay? No. Colt should be an actor.
Yeah.
The way he sold that New Vegas NPC, it was like I was playing the game again. In my mind. He was like, whoa, hey, I just won the lottery. I was like, whoa.
What if I told you I actually did the voice of that guy?
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
There's not enough deep-throating in that game. Spartan661 with a $5 super chat.
You mother...
No!
Say it.
Colt, say it.
Starfield.
Kids aren't home. You can say it.
Yeah, say it. Starfield was given a 4, 5, 7 out of 10 from critics. Give me a PlayStation 5 game that was an 8, 9, 10 that you would rather play. Tell everyone watching the show. Give me one PlayStation. I think he's trying to say is Starfield was given a 4, 5, 7 from critics. Well, some of critics, a handful, minority. So
minority.
Yeah, man. They dragged it down.
There's also minority.
Why did he try to use the one end extreme against the other end extreme?
I don't know.
I know that doesn't make sense because I also saw some pretty unfair reviews for PlayStation games before. I've seen them before. Like I saw someone, who was it that gave God of War a 6 out of 10? I was like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, I mean, what he should have said was, tell me a PlayStation game that was 4, 5, or 6 that you would have wanted to play. But
it was a weird question. It was a weird question.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it. Moving forward,
I personally think Starfield should be considered to be runner-up for a Game of the Year nomination. But there, like you Colt said, there's a lot of good games that came out this year. Like, I mean, honestly, I feel like Hi-Fi Rush deserves some recognition at the award show. Not for Game of the Year, but something, because that game was fantastic.
For art direction, it might get art direction because all that is hand-drawn and it's amazing. It's amazing looking.
Yeah, it's
and the world was huge. Like the huge scale of the world was pretty amazing too.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of runner-ups.
The backdrop anyway.
I just hope no remakes are considered, right? Because although one of the best games I played this year was a remake, Resident Evil 4, I don't think remakes should be considered for a nomination. Plus, Resident Evil 4 has won Game of the Year like so many times, I think, already. It is a very good game, though. Very good game.
Yeah.
But anyway, boys, I got to get ready to dip. All right.
Okay. I'm going to end the show, but okay.
I'll stay
head up
right here for then.
To be honest, I'm looking at there's quite a few super chats, so if you need to dip out, that's no problem at all.
Hey. Thanks for having me, guys. It was awesome talking about Starfield. We got side. I mean,
we
can't.
Yeah. No, Hargy just made a good point I wasn't even thinking of when I said Mario. I'll just read it. He says, there's the high likelihood that Mario outsells Spider-Man in the first week because there's double the Switches than there are PS5s. And I forgot that I forgot that that's only on PS5, and I bet Insomniac's going, oh gosh, I just wish we could put it on PC because they want the money. They want that kickback.
Honestly, I don't really know because PlayStation games, they do
okay
really well on PC. They just do okay.
They do okay on PC for it because they wait a year or two to put them out. Everyone's already like, yeah, we're on. We're done. There's no FOMO. Like, do I need to launch Spider-Man and see what it does at 120?
I don't think that's what I don't think that's what it is because I've seen games launch on Steam a few years later and take off, right? Like GTA 5 still took off on PC even though everybody played it on console.
PC gamers don't give a flying crap about press square, press triangle, and let the game take over? I think
PC gamers give a shit about the right PlayStation exclusives. Like if they put Bloodborne on PC, it would be an instant hit. But I'll be real with you. Yeah, I don't think PC gamers really care about PlayStation games. I mean, I just haven't seen a single PlayStation game match the numbers of Halo Infinite or Starfield. They haven't gotten to that. I haven't seen it. I think the closest one, like God of War, got decently high, almost 100,000. It was like 90,000 concurrent players on Steam. I don't know. It's just they do okay. They do okay for AAA games. Like, I mean, there's indie devs looking at those sales and like, I wish I had that, right? But for Sony, they're probably like, we were expecting a lot more. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. The ports aren't even bad. The ports are good. Horizon
good ports. I generally don't think PC gamers care that much for that formula.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I mean, my favorite PlayStation game on PC is actually Death Stranding. Everybody here in the chat, fine, roast me for it. I know you're gonna fucking roast me for it. Screw you. I like Death Stranding.
I haven't played it.
I enjoy it for what it is. Yes, it's a fucking flawed game, but I really like Star.
I want to play it.
At least you can at least play the first 3 hours of the game, and you'll get so like immersed in its world, and then you get to chapter 3, and that's where everyone drops off. But at least play that part. And oh wow, I'm glad I played experience that. And this music swells in like. Kojima like hired these artists to put these songs just for the game. Yeah. And you're walking and there's this oil stuff and you're trying not to get caught while you're walking to this lush planet with rain and the music kicks up. It's like if they did more to the game, like Death Stranding 2 is probably going to be pretty fantastic when they kind of fix the stuff they did wrong. So
I'm looking
but you should play it.
I thought Death Stranding's gameplay loop was fantastic. People are like, I don't like this. I don't like walking and delivering packages. But like I loved it. I loved building roads. I loved building roads. I loved getting vehicles. I loved building out places to store stuff. I loved following things other players left behind. And in some ways, it had that Dark Souls-esque feel to it, where other players leaving something behind in the world.
And stuff.
Yeah. And then
they'll leave you a ladder.
The music, like like you'll be like making a crazy delivery up like this snowy hill. And you're going, And then you get up there and another player has left behind a storage pod for you, and it's just playing some music. It's like, I'm like, this is great. It's just, I had a good time. And then I sat up there with Norman Reedus and then opened a Monster Energy drinking game, and I'm just like, this is great. This is great. And then you go take a shower, and it feels good to take a shower in the game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't understand why people hated it.
Ranton's review, I don't know if you guys know that YouTube. He's really good, but he kind of that was the one that was like, all right, I need to play it because he said this game is pretty epic. I will play it, but it's
I tried to 100% it. It's the only game I tried to 100% because I tried getting 5 stars on all deliveries and I was almost there. But the game is big and it's just I think it suffers from a lack of biome diversity. I think the landscapes in Death Stranding are beautiful to look at, right? But they do get kind of boring to look at after a while because they don't add a whole lot of interactions in the world. Now I'm just going down the Death Stranding talk because I always try to this game. I'm like a Mormon with this game. I'll knock at your door and be like, come on, you must play this.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I will try it. There's a few games that I'm quite like that about a few games that people need to try.
Well, anyways, boys, that's it for me. Again, thank you so much for having me on. It was an honor.
How long did we do this show?
3 hours. Wait. If
As long as
Gaz
I've gone without going
didn't
to the
break the
bathroom.
stream, if Gaz didn't break the stream a few times, it would have been crazier.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if my PC's
Actually,
able to
it
handle
went just fine. Like you were off mic for like maybe a minute, and Alex held it down for you.
Yeah, no, shout out. Thank you so much, Frit, man. Mad love for you as always.
You guys take care, and I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, peace out.
Soon, man.
Bye, chat.
Peace.
See you, Frit.
Where are you going?
I'm putting my AC on. I'm gonna play some Starfield while you read the supers.
No, go turn your AC on. I want to read the supers. Crucial back. Dad joke of the week. What do you call Alex? A brown hole and Netflix. Dinner and a movie. Wow. What the fucking hell. Without Alex here, it just sounds like really weird reading that. Jeffrey Grando with the $5 super chat. Sorry, fellas. Starfield was boring and soulless for my taste. Thankfully, I got my refund. Happy for other people that are actually enjoying the game. And it's different strokes for different folks. Absolutely.
It's a fair way to say it instead of gatekeeping and insulting people, which is what I've been dealing with all week. Like, absolutely. People say, like, how can you enjoy that? You suck. You have a receding hairline. I'm like, I'm handsome. I can't do anything about my hair, but I'm handsome.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair enough. Like I say, Spider-Man 2018 is your game of the gen. To me, it's an overrated game. But yeah, different strokes. Chris with the £2 super chat, he goes, ooh. And I don't know, there were many moments where he could have gone, ooh. But yeah, like that was... Frit and Alex are really cool, man. A lot of people get annoyed at, especially at Frit, for the stuff that he says. But I know he's a nice person and I know he's a good person. But people just get annoyed, especially in this day and age, about the stuff that you say. But it's cool that you can get to chill with them because you're Mr. Nice, be nice, and all of that shit. And it's just like that weird dynamic where these guys are fucking throwing.
Well, I mean, we kind of hated each other. He made like 2 videos or 3 videos on me, and there was another person that made quite a few videos about me that reached out to me in a DM and said, hey, I was going through a really rough time in my life and I'm sorry I was a jerk. It doesn't excuse it, but kudos to you for, always being positive and I'm sorry and all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, I always gave you the benefit of the doubt. Like people go through rough times.
Always did. Yeah.
I always did. I always told my friends, like in private parties, like leave the guy alone, man. Maybe he's going through something and like, what does it matter? Right. Maybe he's just looking for attention. And like when I'm talking about, I'm so excited they hit 6 million players, or I'm enjoying Starfield. It's such a great game. I got 150 hours in, and someone has to make fun of how I look or how old I am, which I can't control either of those things. No matter what I do, no matter how long I spend in the bathroom, I still age. But yeah, I mean, let people enjoy things because I'll tell you what, people see this. There are people that watch devs, people that work in the industry, journalists, other content creators, or other prominent people that are online on the social space they see you insulting people over a video game, and they don't think highly of that very much at all. And like what you and I do, like what I do mostly is I'll go to like J-Rock's hilarious, like acerbic, insulting and joking tweets, and I'll just kind of join in and jab, in the ribs and have a laugh. And I don't know.
But Twitter for me is not a real place. Twitter right now is just fucking full on crazy place. And people are like, oh, Gas, all you're doing is just fucking console warring. Yeah, absolutely. Because in my time on Twitter, I have not been given any evidence, indication, or any instance where you've had meaningful discourse on this platform that has, limited characters and the way it presents itself. So it is an absolute shit show. So I'm going to treat it like the toilet it is, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I love the console warring, and I've always done it for years. But you know what? Like, keep it real. Like, I feel like for those guys, I don't care about, like, if it's going to be toxic, it's going to be toxic. If it's going to go, insult each other, we're going to go raw. I've always been into that gutter game, and I just love it. And I just like Frit and Alex as well in particular. All of us, all 4 of us, we're not going to lie, we break our backs to make that kind of content. And I like, that all of us can get on in the space. We're very different in different parts of the world. You especially, you're the be nice guy. And then for you to be in the party, like, it's such a cool thing that you're plopped up in the middle of us 3 fucking psychopaths. We're throwing out slurs there, and you can just handle it because I know personally, I know you. You wouldn't be one of my best friends if you couldn't handle all the banter. But it's just nice to see, like, there's some genuine people in there as well. Like, you may not like us, you may not like our jokes or whatever, but you know, at least we fucking keep it real. And if you don't believe we keep it real, well, then you're a prick. World-renowned GeoHound with a $2 super chat. Love you, 4 legends. Funny edit for the stream on Twitter. I need to check that. I'm seeing some notifications already. Fanto, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah! And we had a member earlier as well, and I didn't even no, Venomous Viper. No, someone became a member earlier, and I missed your name, and I'm really annoyed because all the shit was going down. So apologies. Venomous Viper for member for 20 months. To all the ponies calling this a Starfield circle jerk, go play some games on your console. Oh wait, PlayStation 5 doesn't have any games, bro. Apart from Nick Marseille, who's probably doing it for posterity. Ponies, for all the noise they made about Baldur's Gate, I am not seeing any gameplay being shared at all on Twitter, just like I expected. These guys literally latched onto Baldur's Gate like it's an exclusive. And then you got freaking Metro. The new Metro is such a shit newspaper, man. Like, I mean, it's always been like UK is like absolute dog shit. And then they regard it as Baldur's Gate is the best PlayStation exclusive this year. When the developers at Larian are telling you it's not an exclusive, and this bitch slapped MBG and all these people saying it. But where is the gameplay, ponies? Where is your Baldur's Gate gameplay?
I've only
Nick
heard
Marseille's
them talk about
single-handedly holding it down for you guys.
I've only heard them talk about Baldur's Gate in the third person, not from them actually experiencing it themselves.
They're fucking not playing it because it's not a sad dad single player fucking graphically intensive game. That's the thing. Like, one thing I was thinking, I was taking a shit. I was like, it'd be nice to get an interview with Larry,
which you're always doing,
which I'm always doing, and it would say, hey, by the way, a few months later, I'll ask them in terms of engagement percentages. Which platform had more engagement, Xbox or PlayStation? In terms of there are more PlayStations, but in terms of percentages of people bought and how many people played it, I'm very sure more Xbox gamers in terms of proportion will play Baldur's Gate.
I think, and I think Greenberg said 2 years ago that by per capita that Xbox has more engagement and more attach rate to their games, but they have fewer people on console, so. But I think per console would be the proper term. Yeah, there's more people playing. They're just hardcore gamers. I would just now that Call of Duty is multi-platform, I think Activision should say, like, this would be a huge revelation, no matter which way it goes, for the report to come out that we've done the number crunching, and here's the kill to death ratio on Xbox, and here's the kill to death ratio on PlayStation. No matter which way that went, can you imagine how big that would be as a bragging right? Like, our platform is better at Call of Duty than your platform. It would be so hilarious to see that. It wouldn't mean anything, but do you know how many people will be talking about that? That when you look at everybody on PlayStation, that they're the better shooters or they're better in the competitive space or vice versa. I think it'd be hilarious. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Are you
what?
This guy's special needs or something. He's so dumb on Twitter. He's like, oh, he haven't played the game. I've got. I almost gave a spoiler.
DM it to me real quick.
Yeah,
DM it to me. We'll Merkage on the air.
I don't know why he.
DM it to me.
I'm gonna Merkage so bad.
It's
like this guy's like, he's only got 7 achievements. Of the 7 achievements, can you not notice one of them is reaching level 25? How can I reach level 25 if I didn't get the starting achievement in the game?
Hey, chat. What's it going to take? Can you help me get Gaz to move to North America so we can podcast together?
This guy. If you see it, just murk this guy. I just want to
send me the tweet and quit talking.
I sent it to you on WhatsApp. But
I can't get it on what you son of a biscuit.
I'll DM it to you.
I don't like getting on my phone on a show. I don't need to do it. I got it here, bro.
Okay. Black Cobra with a $5 super chat. I killed my first Terramorph, and oh my god, they're now my favorite creatures now in the Bethesda game. They're building up to the Terramorph is incredible. The way I did it was on Rand's show. I was playing it while we're doing Rand's Xbox 2 thing, with Cog and the others. And I came across it the first time. So in the stream, I'm like, yo, what the hell is this thing? And Cog's like, yo, it's crazy. And then people are like, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Like what the fuck? Anywho, but yeah, like the Terramorph is like the equivalent of what's that on Fallout? The big
Deathclaw.
Deathclaw, that's it. Bro, and Fallout 4, because I just played a few months ago, the Deathclaw, the way you're supposed to beat Fallout, the Deathclaw is get on the turret at the top of that town. Bro, I did not know that. So to beat the Deathclaw early in the mission in the game, I'm just circling around a car with this pistol, absolutely just scraping this thing's health. I'm just like, why is this game so hard? Not realizing I had to get on the turret is so fucking stupid. Japanese name with a yen 200. Chinese name or Japanese, sorry, with the yen. So, yo, is that Met Dude? Good morning. No, that was Fritanga pretending to be Met Dude. Spartan661 with a $5 super chat. I believe Xbox is keeping PlayStation on their toes by not giving those numbers. Starfield is already shaking the trees. Xbox is a game-changing hurricane happening. I mean, that seems a bit hyperbole, but there's none of that big impact stuff. But Starfield is going to make a dent, and people are going to feel it, and that kind of positive buzz that's permeating in the masses will make a big difference in the public perception. It's why Xbox's Series X's console sales tanked, is because they had no software, and software like this will make a big difference. Lord Meyerhoof with the idea of 50,000. I don't know why PlayStation fanboy is still out there. BG3 just released. Instead, they talk about Starfield all the time. Facts! They're not playing Baldur's Gate, man. Well, the people on social media are just still talking about Starfield. They don't play their games. It's just like, what the frick are you talking about? You treat it like an exclusive. At least play it. At least Nick Massey is playing it. I'll give that bald-headed fuck some cred. Like, he deserves it. He's a piece of shit sometimes, but he's not a terrible human being. Maybe, I don't know. I'm being too soft nowadays.
He's one of my best friends. Yeah.
Rambling entertained with a $2 super chat for Tangus Spurgy is too loud. Wow. Thanks for making me read that out as well. Shabs Inevitable with a £5 super chat. Thank you. Because I played Spider-Man for about 20 minutes and never played it again. I can't stand swinging all the time in QTEs. This thing with Spider-Man, every time you see this is such a derivative gameplay, I feel like they got away with it.
Yeah, but the swinging is like so enjoyable. Like
the swing is enjoyable, but
the sitting.
That was the thing. I think the traversal element of it is the strongest point because it makes you feel like Spider-Man. So that's the thing in my mind. The visuals plus the traversal thing carry the experience. But Shabs is right. Like all I saw was a mini map, and like this city is messed up because it's constantly crime everywhere. Every time there's a red blaring thing in my mini map just going off. I'm like, all right, another thing. I know exactly what's going to happen. Swing there. It's a car chasing. Again, the QTE didn't even change the button prompt. It was like, I think it was square. Just go in, pull the guy out of the car, same set of animations. I was like, I've done this so many times. Like, what is this? Chase pigeons. The flip was that. These little weird bases that the guy has set up everywhere. It's like, this is not a good game, in my opinion. It's just, but the present. This is the thing with PlayStation, right? Jim Sterling said this game is so old, like this hasn't evolved or anything. But he's gonna give fucking Spider-Man 2 a fucking 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. I'm like, what is this game doing? Like, what is it changing in terms of game design? If it's just gonna be the same, obviously they can make it additive and improve on the formula, which I'm sure they will.
Well, like they did with Miles Morales, he has like several different combat editions, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to say with Venom, you can do, you have the tendril stuff. So you basically get what you had in Prototype in 2009 with Spider-Man 2. And it'll be really great. And I do not believe in media bias, but I believe in a media double standard. And they're going to give high marks to Spider-Man because it's the third one. They've been refining it and it was already great to begin with. But do I expect the media to mark it down for just giving us more of the same? No, because they didn't do that to Forza Horizon, which has given us more of the same from 3, 4, and 5 of a great game, and they still give it high marks. And the media, the media gives Xbox first-party games really high scores. Psychonauts, Flight Sim, Forza, even Halo, Deathloop. almost all the first party games have been scored really high except for Redfall.
Redfall, yeah, fucking
over this generation. Like even Gears Tactics is like an 84. It got tons of 8s and 9s. Like tell me an Xbox exclusive game that came out this gen that was rated low from the media. I think it was only Redfall. Am I wrong?
No, that's a good question. And let's reframe that. Which game, I was going to say Starfield, apart from Starfield, which game do you think from Xbox has been incorrectly reviewed? Like you think the Metacritic doesn't reflect the quality? And I'm not talking something like about Sea of Thieves, which has changed beyond into launch. What game do you think?
They made lots of mistakes last generation because it was a different Xbox. Phil hadn't been all the way up into the leadership, and they weren't building up studios. They were trying to get out from drowning. So let me look at my infographic really quick because
as you do that, let me read the super chat. Sorry.
Yeah.
As you do that. Mescalito with a $5 super chat. I think Jim Ryan hates ponies more than any of us ever could. Look at the future he's inflicting upon them. Jim definitely would prefer if he were selling Pepsi. That's actually a good super chat. That's actually pretty true. Like Jim Ryan is trying to sell the vision for a future, which is basically kind of almost similar to what Xbox is doing. Ponies are just like not having it. And you've got the likes of BG constantly, almost single-handedly berating Sony fans. Just like, yo, stop being bitches. Support multiplayer. Support and I would hate to be in BG's position. If I'm having so much resistance now with some of the community when I say like Halo needs to improve this and that, or, whatever, Starfield's low mode, this guy's talking about a whole genre that the PlayStation is absolutely shitting the bed on, which is granted is trying to do, but the fan base or the audience or the community is at loggerheads with him constantly because he's asking for the right thing. It's to get multiplayer is what PlayStation guys play.
And get their games on PC because console's not enough.
Yeah.
So if I look at Xbox's first party output since the Series X and S launched, the only low-rated game here is Minecraft Legends, which I think is not a very good game, and Redfall. Like, I did not like... I guess some people like Minecraft Legends, but all the other games are really highly rated. Ghostwire Tokyo is a 77. That's... Yeah. As Dust Falls, it was fully published by Xbox, so it's considered a first-party game. That's a 78. But the rest are all mid to high 80s or low 90s, like all of them. Hi-Fi Rush to 90, Pentiment an 86, Halo's an 87, Horizon 5 is 92, Psychonauts 89. I don't know.
I will say this: Horizon being a 92, as great as a game is quite high for a game that has basically copied and pasted.
Barely evolved from.
It's a great game. It's barely evolved. And that really is in the same trappings of Spider-Man for me. I feel like in terms of review scores, I feel like if you're going to, repeat over a sequel, there should be a greater pressure, critical pressure for that game to evolve. Now you can refine a formula and make it more fun, but I don't think like Spider-Man, I think in Spider-Man and Forza, I said this on our podcast 2 weeks ago. I said like Forza Horizon, in my opinion, and people will disagree with me, but Forza Horizon, the next one, has to change the formula. It cannot be another freaking biome. I feel like, and if you're going to do it, and there are ways to do it, definitely. If you're going to go for Japan, which everyone is asking for Japan. So
yeah, but I'm afraid that they'll go to Japan and it'll be all this countryside with the cherry blossoms, and then you'll get into downtown Tokyo and it'll be like 9 blocks. Or 8 blocks.
Nah,
which
man.
They did.
What they should
they did that in Australia. They did it in you've played Horizon 4. Like how big did they represent downtown London?
Nah, but bro, it wasn't even London. It was like Scotland or Aberdeen or wherever it was.
What would I know?
Yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, it was okay. It's not an exciting location, especially for me. I was happy when I went to Mexico. But I was going to say, like, Japan you can't playground games. You cannot do another biome change and have the same thing like you did with mostly countryside and a little bit of like inner city. What Forza Horizon should be in Japan. If you're going to do another Forza Horizon and it's not in Japan, well, then fine. I think the pressure is less that you can almost do the copy and paste. I'm not going to be fond of it, of that thing. I think the next game should be set in Japan, and I think they need to do a big change here. And in Japan, if you know anything about car culture, like even in mainstream car culture, like Fast and Furious, whatever, right? The drift scene in Tokyo Drift. If you know about Wangan Midnight, which is a great anime, but it's also great, just great anime that taps into the car culture in Japan. I used to be big thing on following the car culture. And if you know anything about the highways in Japan are crazy. And Wangan Midnight, I know not many anime heads here, but if you do watch this anime, this anime was purely about car culture. It talked about these guys guys and women actually, who would go about just sacrificing their livelihoods in the pursuit for speed, like in a car. It wasn't like a Fast and Furious, like cheapified, not like that live action. It was like there was a guy who worked at one of those happy cafes. Basically, it's almost like a brothel almost.
Happy cafe, okay.
Like they're whatever they're called in Japan. They're like, it's really weird. It's very mainstream, where it's almost like a brothel, like the thing, but it's not sexual. Well, I don't think it is. It's like people dressed like maids and stuff, and you're basically like, they pay for your time. And there was a guy who was doing it, and he's just like chilling and like smoozing older women, and he was trying to pay for I think he had a Mark IV Supra, forgive me if I'm wrong, but he was upgrading the Supra, and they really got into the details of the Supra, and the main car was a 240Z Datsun, which is the spiritual, like that's the spirit of the 350Z, Fair Lady 350Z. And they really got into this car culture, and this car was like cursed because loads of people died on it, but it was a raw car, had a great engine. It was just seeping car culture. But this was about highways. There's about that. And people will disagree with me, but there's I believe in the utility of storytelling in a racer that. I think you could do it really well. And that's one element of it. Then you can do like the drift racing, like in a city as well. You've got these cool highways in Japan. If you go a certain speed, they will not chase you in Japan, because fucking crazy. If you know anything about car culture, what's his name? I used to watch him all the time. I think he ran Top Secret. No, used to watch his clip. No. Top Secret was the it's a brand. Top Secret, they do the you get the wide angle body kits. Japanese guy. He basically videos of him driving like an R34 Skyline or Mark IV Supra and bombing it down so fast. Yeah, bro, you have to see it. That the cars that are going the motorway look like they're just going the other way. So it breaks 300 miles an hour or something stupid. They got a single turbo, just bomb. Bro, that would be instant death, like crushed, like, but he's going so fast. These guys are crazy. What was his name? Smokey Nagata. Smokey was his name. And then you've got the car culture of like drifting in the hills, like Mount Akina, which is like initial D with the AE86. There's a lot of too much car culture in Japan for playground games to forsake and to just blur out a shit.
That was game. A long explanation too. The problem, Forza doesn't really lean on the car culture. They lean on the festival culture more than anything. And I think I fully agree. They need to lean on what makes you love cars and the racing culture of it, which unfortunately playground games is a little too family friendly to lean on what makes racing culture the way it is. Like there's no trash talking. They're like, watch out, bro, I'm gonna get you. You know, that sort of thing.
I mean, it's like that kind of like Forza. I put this in in the review of mine of Forza Horizon.
I love those games. Love them.
I love those games with the dialogue.
I got to interject. I'm sitting here playing Starfield, and I've got. Let me see how many hours I have, because this is hilarious. I've got somebody do the math. I've got 6.5 days. I don't even know what that is times 24. Let's say I've got 170 hours in the game. I just realized that you can shoot the asteroids and mine iron, nickel, and whatever from like you can do in a No Man's Sky. I didn't even know it was it. I shot them and they didn't do anything. You just have to shoot them like 5 times and they blow apart and you can loot the rocks in space.
Yeah.
Did you know
crazy.
that?
I didn't know that.
You don't care.
I don't care.
I'm leaving the show. I'm done.
Fuck you. I mean, there's a lot you can do and stuff. I wasn't even listening. Sorry, my ADHD.
Bro, I'm telling you. Well, your audience was listening, but I played this game for over 150 hours. I didn't know. I tried shooting the asteroids and they didn't do anything. You just shoot them 5 times and they'll blow up and you can loot the mineral deposits instead of landing on planets. I did not know this was in the game. Yeah, right now, well, you're not watching, but yeah. Even the big ones, you just shoot them enough times, they explode into pieces, and then you go up and there's an icon to loot it. Mineral deposit, fly up. I played the game. I had no idea. Iron and platinum. Let me grab that stuff. Bro,
so I found out on Starfield, Jess Corden shared it. You can, on the planet where they have a research station, go to the research station, and he says at the top of the building of these research stations, there will be a laptop or a PC that you hack. You can get all the resources scanned instantly for the whole planet. Like what? That's what I'll show you.
In which planet?
Any planet. Let me send it to you. Well, let me see. Just tweets a lot though. So let me see if he shared it. It was a Reddit thing. And I replied. I was like, "Yo, what?" By the way, do you know the it's not spoiler territory, but do you know the space station when you do the Crimson Fleet mission, the key?
Yeah. The key. That's not a spoiler. The key is where the Crimson Fleet call home.
Yeah,
that's like their.
Yeah, but someone managed to steal the entire space station.
Yeah, it was a glitch though, but yeah, they were able to steal it
and you could build
and
it.
Own the space station. Yeah.
And you could build it. How the fuck did you manage that? That's crazy. Like for that to even be happening. I'm just trying to find it. Sorry, I can't look at chat if someone's already answered. But basically, what you can do. Where is it gone?
Hey, did you tell everybody that somebody made a fake Gaz GameOnDaily account on Metacritic and gave the game like a 1 out of 10 or something?
Yeah, bro. Someone was going around. Some sad guy. Same guy actually was pretty racist. Well, very racist. Of saying some horrible things.
Wait, is there levels of racism?
Yeah, no, he was just very racist. But yeah, he like rawly racist, like, and also like wishing death upon everything. But like he was this guy on the group of these ponies who have descended on Metacritic, review bombing this game like fucking virgins, and they ended up using my name, Griggity's name, someone else's name. Obviously, I laughed. Like, if you do that in my name, I'm fucking gonna make fun of you. Why would you give me more ammo? But they're such losers. Like, this is how much you're playing Baldur's Gate. They're fucking doing.
They're not playing anything, man.
Yeah,
the problem with those guys, and it's just that type of PlayStation fanboy. They will get Spider-Man and they'll be done with the game in 5 days, and then they will be back on riding the rear end of Xbox guys, because that's what they do. They sit there with their DualSense 5 and they have their phone on their leg and they're constantly like shiz posting and harassing Xbox guys and telling them that their jersey is better than their jersey, and then they blast through their games because their games are coming from them.
Yeah. Oh, fucking deliver the source to them, right? Don't worry about it. They want to do that. That's fuck it. You can play that game, and let's be real. As content creators go, we fucking destroy the ponies. So yeah, good luck with that. Bro, where is his tweet? Basically you can scan it. It's there somewhere. I'll find it, chat. Well, not today. But yeah, Dick Wingbat, who named himself after Ace's little moniker there with a £2 super chat. He goes, GOT2? Oh, got to get back to Baldur's Gate 3, but can't put Starfield down. I can't put Starfield down. I thought after I completed it, right, I'd be moving on to Armored Core, but I can't put it down. I'm constantly like, let me do this Crimson Fleet mission. Oh, should I do a base? This game is going to be in my hard drive for ages. It is a thing. Like, it's crazy.
Bro, this guy replied to me yesterday when I said something about Starfield is a mighty, and the majority of people give it critic recommended. And this guy goes, I played 100 hours. Below average game, in my opinion, boring as hell. And everyone's like, "You played 100 hours, and you think it's boring?" Imagine him.
He hasn't played the game. He hasn't played the game, so he's like, I'm going to say this argument, like people say you didn't play it hardly at all, so I'm going to put 100 hours in there, so you have no argument, and say it's boring. I've crossed my. The David Jaffe thing is fucking hilarious, bro. David Jaffe is so clever. He knew it. You could see from his eyes. You could tell from the way the guy was talking, like, this guy's not fucking played the game. He's just regurgitating the same bullshit everyone else is. And then he got this. David Jaffe's like, to burn the bodies. It's such a David Jaffe thing to say, and he fucking destroyed him. He's so funny. Grumble with the $2 super chat. What is the anime called? It's called Wangan Midnight. Almost makes me want to go back and watch it. It's really good, and I don't think I've watched all of it. The new seasons came out, but it's about the cursed 240Z, called the Fair Lady in Japan. But yeah, it's a great show. All right, chat. This has been almost a 4-hour stream. Sorry, I don't think my PC can actually handle it, because I actually spent a good hour with Acer just before the show setting things up, and then it just fucked up. And then it froze up OBS. So we had to deal with StreamYard, which isn't as fancy, but I hope we did well by you. I certainly had a great time.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The guy that said he has 100 hours, his most recent achievements are Sekiro. The guy has 305 gamer score on Xbox. He has 3 achievements in Sekiro, Red Dead 14 achievements, 8 in Gears 5, and Red Dead Redemption he launched and hasn't played. So he's literally played nothing on Xbox. But maybe he's on Steam. You know, you never know. Maybe he's on Steam.
No one believes him. They talk shit. Who is this person anyway? Oh my god, Erica's for the win just sent us a picture of her baby watching both of us. It's so cute. Oh, Caden. Oh yeah, I should have said that loud. Oh yeah. Kate.
Oh.
Kate. Hey Kate. How are you? You cool? But yeah, shout out to you.
I feel
Erica,
that her son is gonna be like so messed up from seeing us and listening to our annoying voices.
It'd be good at freaking
it's
Souls
not
game.
good for children to listen to us talk. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually, it's a bit scary though. Little kids watching. Well, oh no, it's Alex and Fratanga. Let's be real, they're Erica's friends as well. So if he's messed up, it's because of them. But yeah, shout out to Kay. Kay's in good hands with Erica. She's gonna be wicked. She's a wicked mom. But yeah. King Thrash just messaged me. Said Starfield is pretty big. Why did you message me with that, bro?
With the real King Thrash?
Yeah, the real King Thrash. Weird. But yeah, King Thrash is. I have beef with him. He does some weird stuff, and he's got some suspects, and I mean some dickheads for friends. But I'll admit that his content makes me laugh. It doesn't burst out laughing.
You just have to be careful and not be too obsessed. Like a lot of these guys are so obsessed about what Xbox does or doesn't do, and it kind of comes off as a little bit wacky if you do that.
No, absolutely. We do it like rawly. But if King Thrash ever came back, or any of these guys came back on the retort, just know that I'm fucking ready. Any pony, anytime, just go raw. I wanted to see the content do the talking. Raise the bar. I'll fucking raise it even higher. I can't wait for the source. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the show because I'm just gonna start. Shout out to 447 people, and like I'm really grateful that everyone still here just
Bro.
watching us. Crazy.
I found that guy on Steam. He's a level 0 on Steam.
Colt is on a submission trying to find this guy who's chatting shit.
Bro,
Colt, they're all
it's
talking
ridiculous.
Shit. Bro, this is okay. We're not gonna end the show because I want to talk about this. They're ponies, bro. They're fucking losing their minds way more than I thought. I don't know why I give these guys credits, right? But and I knew they were upset about Starfield. I knew they were insecure. But Starfield is the game that insecurity was revealed rawly throughout. And I mean throughout the freaking Pony Kingdom, bro. Through all the content creators, all of them. All the fake tiers of the CMAs and FTC stuff, the ABK deal. that was a big disgrace and a slap in the face of the ponies, in my opinion. If I was on the if this was the other way around, right? Imagine I'm a pony. Some of you will find it, it's not hard to imagine. But imagine if I was a pony, and the CMA deal was going through, I would not be doing what everyone else, but crying, it's bad for the industry. I would say they're buying their way in. They're just fucking their shit at what they're doing. But I would not be like, this is unfair. Yeah, so I would laugh at the CMA when the CMA blocked it and all of that. But I would not fucking, launch these fake tirades and crocodile tears about, what's that woolly gamer, the absolute dipshit content creator. He's fucking stupid. But he's like, it's a monopoly trying to monopolize the gaming. Every time I use this clip, I fucking facepalm. Kai's got the intellectual capacity of a petri dish full of burnt eyelashes and turtle semen. Fucking stupid. And then all these people are like that. They're so fucking lame. So the CMA ABK deal revealed that, but Starfield takes it to a whole new level. Like, I underestimated how salty you are. And if you're gonna be like this, I'm praying. Please God, let Forza just shit on GT. Just even as my 2 points, I want Forza to just even by 1 point. I'll be
Forza
so
has
beautiful.
only dropped below Meta or OpenCritic on Gran Turismo once, and that was with Forza Motorsport 5 in 2013, because the game launched with far fewer cars and tracks than any other Forza game ever, and so
without
reviewers
VR
docked
support.
it
Shut
harshly.
the fuck up. Sorry. VR support. Ponies, shut the fuck up. You don't even put your VR headsets on. The fucking game reviewed without VR support. The game got reviewed before the freaking monetization bullshit came in. Even VR, the VR that you don't even fucking use. Nick Marseille is carrying all you ponies right now. He's single-handedly feeling the pressure of changing.
The problem is these guys aren't going to spend $600 to see that VR support. They have no reason to even say that.
Unless you're Acer, shut the fuck up about VR. You don't get to talk about VR. You guys don't fucking put that strap on your head. That thing is not doing well. Shut your mouth. And even though there's a valid argument that you ponies do not... GT7 got reviewed without its VR support. It got reviewed on the merits of the game in the most boring fucking sterile fucking game. Even Acer, Acer is not a console warrior. It says it's a boring, just dry ass game. VR saves that game, but it didn't get reviewed with VR support, so don't even give me that shit. If Forza scores, but even by 1 point, I'm gonna fuck you up so bad. Oh
my gosh.
I can't wait. And then you got Hellblade, and Hellblade could actually do... I could see Hellblade in the 90s. I'd say about 88 to 92. I could see it. Do really well. Valdur should do really well. I think a high 80s, unless it gets things woefully wrong, dated visuals maybe, and all of that. But still an Obsidian game. Like, there's some quality coming out there. And Fable is the big one. I don't know when that game's actually releasing, but Fable could be the special one. It's coming from Playground Games. The game looks so good. People are saying it's too good to be true. If that game bangs, like, that's a different type of RPG. That's a third person, gorgeous graphics, great charm if they maintain what the history of Fable. I think they'll just... apart from the fucking main character looking weird, I'm just really excited about what Playground Game are doing, and thematically as well, because I didn't want the fart jokes and too stupid like Fable thing. It's just a bit too silly. The way that the vibes are going, I think Fable's gonna be epic. I just hope it comes out soon. So yeah, not my Fable. Shut up, Nintendo. It's my Fable, and I love Fable 1 and 2.
Not my Fable. Fable's way too old to hold on to allegiance to what it was in a time when things are just different. But I don't know why they did that to the main character, but I don't know. I actually expect them to tweak that before the next reveal, like Horizon Forbidden West did.
Yeah, no, I think Fable could be a big one. I think it could be a high 90s potentially. It depends on how they get the RPG elements right. If it's a big open spiral, can't wait for that. Bro, the Xbox's roadmap is just amazing to me. Like, it's just only because Xbox shits the bed so often that it's hard to fucking... And in fact, actually, I would warn people not to get carried away with hyping up Xbox because of that. Because you build that up and then they falter, or you become really defensive about their pitfalls.
Yeah.
But I am genuinely so excited about Xbox this gen, especially compared to last gen. It's going to be amazing. And then next year we're going to get some reveals as well, I'm sure. If we get we don't even talk about Perfect Dark, which might be a mess, but Undead Labs, like, I think that things are starting to settle now. Phil Spencer, let me sign the NDA and just let me have a look at what you guys are working on.
They didn't even start trying till 2018. So like, it took a long time, and games just don't take 3 years anymore. They take 6. So
Calorie says, I expect Fable to have a character creator. I also think they will have that too.
I don't think so. They just let you pick they have you pick a female or male in Fable, but they could change that.
Yeah, Xbox capping for xCloud and then saying VR is too niche is pure irony. Who's fucking capping for? Who's fucking? What are you talking about, Arcverse? Xbox capping for xCloud and then saying VR is too niche.
What?
Like, who's capping for xCloud?
I mean, they invested in xCloud, but it's kind of the same thing, really, because Xbox has sort of admitted that they made a push for xCloud, and maybe it's not the way people are going to play. So you've got PlayStation kind of sitting in the same situation. They said, we put all these eggs into VR, and it's not really panning out. And they're just whatever.
No, I believe in VR, the vision of VR. I will say that VR and the vision, I'm 1,000 trillion% behind it. I'm not. And I made a video on this, my featured video, Future of Gaming, for a reason. I believe in that vision of VR. Sony, and I respect them for doing the VR. I had to say this so many times on the show, but I need to see the games. And apart from one GT7, you need to do something more. In terms of cloud, and video, was it G Cloud? Ace made a video on it. He says the tech is ridiculous. And I think people are sleeping on that. So am I. So it's okay. Spartan661 with a $5 super chat. It's okay to misunderstand someone's meaning. If anyone interprets something differently, it can happen. Starfield is the game of the generation. For him, absolutely. I think this is constantly in the conversation. Game of the gen, game of the gen, game of the gen. A lot of high hopes. And I can see where that's coming from, because for a lot of people, it's instant classic. And it will be a game of gen for them. And I think it will be there. Like, you'll remember Elder Scrolls for the 360 gen. But for me, it's not there. But, Starfield is an incredible game. I'm still playing it.
I'm going to be playing it until Forza Motorsport comes out. So, yeah, I don't know. It's good. It's good.
You're going to have to pay me. It's King Thrash goes, I'm saying it's a big topic to discuss. Run that debate. I'll even pay you for your time. King Thrash, you don't have to pay me, bro.
Is that the real King Thrash, or
it is the real King Thrash? Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. I will have that debate with you. But what do you want to debate? Like, you made a 50-minute video just rinsing it. Like, you're gonna have one in earnest. You've got my review. There's nothing to debate. Like, okay, I'll have a debate, but I'm interested. Mescalito. Xbox has a roadmap, at least. Sony got a black and white photo album remembering the good old days. Well, it is very sepia-based roadmap when you think of it. PlayStation, the pressure is on. Next year, you need to reveal your thing. And the showcase event, oh my God, please be bad again. Oh, that was a beautiful moment of 2023. The best exclusive was the PlayStation showcase event. Chat, we were supposed to end the show ages ago. This is what happens when we have 2 people with ADHD. Thank you so much for watching us. Sorry, this was all over the place. Ace is not here. We'll bring him back next week, and we will make some memes. I have to thank massively to my good buddy Colt, who's been here for God knows how many hours. This is the longest podcast ever, and he's just chat there. He had to eat through it, starving it. I'm so sorry. Before we go, Colt Eastwood, what's in store for the peoples? And thank you again for joining me.
Well, I've got a preview video that I'm probably going to put together tomorrow for Forza Motorsport, and I got like a little twist I'm going to do on that video. But yeah, I mean, I've got the XNC podcast, which is going to be on Monday, and just gonna be hanging out with Gaz whenever I can. If I can get him to stop podcasting, even his own, he'll get his videos done a lot faster for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
I'm not guesting on too many other shows now. I'm gonna stick to the ones I know.
They got to leave me alone till, till September something, or after September. Yeah, it's crazy. But thank you so much for having me on. That's a long time. That's a long time.
That's a long time. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, just a quick announcement, by the way. GameOnDaily is going to pivot a bit. The source stuff is going to be moving to my personal channel called Septic Source. This channel is going to be relegated mostly to streams now. So streaming content. It just suits it more, and I don't want to sully. I know this is a anti-pony podcast this time, but we don't. I want to leave the console warring to my personal channel, so you'll see more videos there. I've got a Septic Source video tomorrow, and it's just covering the salt, and I'm hoping to push a salt video every week. Not crazy. You'll have the Septic Source video, and then you have the source. The source will be a collage of big events, all fucking heavy, heavy edited stuff. Septic Source will have mildly, obviously with the editing flair, I have to make it saucy, but delivered in a way that I can do it quick. So don't expect source levels of custom wraps and all that shit, but expect good content. Septic Salt, with Frit, that'd be cool. I'm not closing the channel. Are you crazy? No, GameOnDaily is still going to grow. We're going to still support, but expect more streams on here, but expect videos on Septic Source from me. But yeah, so yeah, that's let's make a shout out to Epic Treasure in the chat, and a more weekly content on Septic Source. But thank you so much. We're gonna head out now. Please hit the like button on the way out if you enjoyed it, and we'll speak very, very soon. Peace.